This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Give me the red pill, G.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
But can you handle the truth? You tell your breath stink, can you handle it? Buddy. Chi-Town kids are in the building. Is that an ocean? What is that, Lake Michigan? I didn't know y'all had an ocean in the middle of the country. Yeah, we hear that all the time, believe it or not. That's how big it is. You can't see the other side. Chi-Town in the building. Yes, sir. What in the world? Yes, sir. I see Vegas is in the building too. Don't lose all your wages. Welcome. Welcome to Chi-Town's very own, the Self Luv Show. We got two mottos around here. Our first one is on earth as it is in heaven. Praise to all the ancestors. They were once here and we shall soon be where they are, all of us. It's a guarantee. Our second motto is as above, so below. Right now, we can be found Malcolm X exclusively right here on the YouTube channel. This ain't that network. So you're not tuning in to Ms. NBC. You're not getting the Crying Negro Network over here. You're not getting Fox. You're just not gonna get it. You're not gonna get Disney. You're not gonna get ESPN. This ain't that network. And as we say in this acronym age, TATN. This is one of your co-hosts, 9 Mills, also known as Self. What down, Chi-Town, et al. What down. Repeat after me if you so choose. I am greater than my excuse. I am greater than my excuse. One more again. The third one is always a charm. I am greater than my excuse. We're live. We're in the building. So everything that happens, we can't change it. So this show is in the moment. Today is Hump Day. We're over the hump. It's November 17th, 2021. We can always, as always, we love to acknowledge that all of you souls can be any place that you choose in this magnanimous universe. And thankfully, we all Scooter chose to be here together. Big up, Scooter chose. Here together. What down, Mr. Wordsmith. What you manifesting today? Self-love?
Love, so as always, you know what I mean? What you manifest?
Man, pure, unfettered, magnificent. You know, some people say harsh. You know what I mean? I hear that a lot. Tough love. But at the end of the day, bro, it's love just the same, brother. Love just the same.
Facts.
What's going on in your neck of the Chi?
And we were celebrating my birthday last night and ran in the miles, man.
Man, cat I used to work with?
Yeah.
I ain't seen him in a minute, bro. I remember we plugged him into our system. He fit right in. He played the
right
three.
In.
Didn't he?
Man, didn't he?
He was a dog on D. He didn't like to come down and act like he was playing a varsity, a 21 and 1-on-5. You know what I mean?
Played the game. It in on the turntable too, so
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was always talking about that. I was never over impressed with anybody's DJing. Well, you know what I'm saying, because of my family background is
right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, and he was decent too, bro. Yeah.
No, he threw down last night.
Yeah, I think he was a low end type of dude. Don't quote me on that. He might have been. I ain't so sure about that. But hey, did you give him the link so he could be part of the Self Love Nation?
I was full, and
you gotta be bigger. You gotta be bigger than your excuse.
It ain't an excuse. I didn't get his number. I thought I had it.
But I'm saying, when you talk to him, you didn't plug him in. That's all right.
No, I told him everything about the show. I told him.
Okay, well, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Well, then it's on him after that, G. You know what I'm saying?
I told him that Wakil was going to be on, because Wakil was there too last night. I said he's going to be our guest tomorrow. All that.
So he did he know Wakil before then?
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm telling you, they might be low end guys, Noop, and you know what I'm saying. The world be small, and for you kids out there, that's why y'all got to put the guns down, pick the books up, you know what I mean, and stop shooting each other.
Facts, beyond facts.
Bullets are boomerangs.
Facts,
man. But let's see here.
Used to having my computer hooked up. All the time. And I was doing some work on it away from here. And I just looked up there. It was 6% left. I'm like, oh.
It's funny you said that, bro. I was going to say that to you when we was logging on, man. Mine wasn't plugged in all day. And I was down there, too. That would have been a disaster. Both of us would have went dark. Yeah. And I should have mentioned it to you when I plugged in, because that was probably the universe telling me to mention it to you. So,
facts. I looked up there. I'm like, oh. That's what that alert is for.
Hey, but all of y'all who aren't our regulars, I just want to break down, give y'all a quick overview of what you're going to expect on today's show. We're going to as always, we have the Self Luv Show quote of the day. And then we have our More Growth and Development program. It's all about more growth and development. Every day we should strive to make ourselves greater, to make our family greater, and also by extension make our communities greater. Normally, we roll a video. It has to do with tyranny. We call that tattoo tyranny, and then we'll roll a shorter video that Self Love and I'll react to. We call it how to move or not to move. So we run like a 1-minute video and we say, is that good for our community? Is that a yay or a nay? Should we be teaching our children this or what have you? And then, of course, we have our dome teaser, and that's for the smart ones out there. We're not talking about you cats. I don't like to think. It's not for you cats. But, your brain is a muscle, and we do believe that, the more you use that muscle, the stronger that muscle is going to be. And then we got Minister, DJ Minister, Wakil El in the building. We've been waiting a long time for this one. Our show today, it's mentors, basically edutainment. He fits right up our alley. He's an entertainer, but he actually loves the low end, and he loves the community, and he does work to help young men. Well, we're gonna get into that, and then we do next week's sneak peek, and then of course my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's gonna be Self Love's Tory Wordsmith's final words out there. So yes, sir. And that's where he takes everything, he puts it in a nice little metaphysical bun and, poetic bun. He summarizes, what we were talking about during the show. I don't know how he does it, but, somehow God blesses him and he makes it happen show after show. It's rather impromptu, so it's kind of top of the dome type of thing. So, but Self Love, what say you about your announcements, bro? You got some?
Like, share, subscribe. Goodness.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. like he said, hit that thumbs up. Also, rest up. What's his name, man? MC Dolph or something?
Young Dolph.
Yeah, Young Dolph, man. Rest up, bro. Condolences to his family. It's my understanding that he was murdered today.
Yeah. It was early afternoon or morning. It's at a cookie shop or a bakery.
Yeah.
Famous cookie place there.
Said he was giving out turkeys recently. And, you know, they have technology, gentlemen, where your ops could see you out and about giving away turkeys, coming, oh, I like your car. You know, oh, yeah, what kind of car is this? And then just stick something on it, and then they could track you. It's that simple. I'm not saying that's what happened here. But that's how simple it is. You know what I mean? So, you know, vibrate love. If you vibrate love, what are you going to get in return? So,
love. Genuinely.
Facts. You do that with non-judgment, and you're going to get that love back. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't have much announcements. Just you guys check out Mouthpiece Included. It's going to be right here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central Time. That's where we cover sports/politics. And we're going to jump that off, as always, tomorrow. So we expect to see you there. And then if you can't catch our shows live, always these same links will be active on into perpetuity.
Facts.
How much does it cost for them to click this link at any time, Sal?
Free. $99. Not even a dime.
How much does it cost for them to share the link, Sal?
Also, free $99.
And lastly, how much does it cost for them to post these links up on their social media, like the Facebook page, for people who can grow and develop from such information?
All free, $99.
Right. So if you got your lips poked out right now, you're staring at the screen and you're kind of lucidly listening, yeah, post a link, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
Yeah. Share the link. You know what I'm saying? Oh. All right. I'm going to stop my yapping. I'm going to turn it over to the co-host so he can handle his BI.
Yep. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Share far and wide. If you hit the bell, you get notified every time we put up a video or go live. So the utmost importance. As always, on the Self Love Show, we have a very important video for you to check out. The more growth and development platform, which we are building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we've got the Self Love Show quote of the day. If you aren't willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. Once again, if you aren't willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. Zig Ziglar.
Zig Ziglar, boy, he'll sell you. Zig Ziglar, he's selling out his coffin right now. Rest up, Zig.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back.
Yeah, buddy.
Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. Number 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless.
Yes, sir.
9, close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Close the gap. Close the gap. Close the gap. Close the gap. Close the Yeah, let's get that gap closed, everybody. Man.
Gotta get it closed.
Man, invest your money, pay yourself first. Hey, yes, sir. Hey, last show, you guys, if you didn't catch itself, we did that Chi-Town gang culture, part 3.
Oh yeah, that was excellent.
I concur.
I advise y'all to check it out.
Yeah, we're doing an entire series on it, and that third one was from like the 70s to the 80s. Now we're more into a time, where Self Love and I were, being conscious and, being able to realize what's going on in the world. So many of us and all of you can start commenting from standpoint of lessons and not lectures. It would be something that you experience as opposed to read about or heard about. Thanks. And anybody who doesn't know, who's not from Chi-Town, if you're from Chicago or the greater Chicago area, wherever you were born at, you were born in it.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. And it cannot be denied because we'll leave it at that. But please, for all you blickers out there, let's go ahead and stop the violence. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and stop it.
You got to put an end to it, please.
I mean, come on. You know what
I
mean?
Got to.
We've got silverbacks talking about purge. There's people talking about purging you guys off of it. I mean, you guys think you're the only one with guns and stuff. There's people talking about purging you guys off of the face of the what?
Earth.
And guys like us, we do everything we can to preach against it, and it doesn't help, when it's all over the news that somebody's little daughter got killed, and because somebody just couldn't wait, huh?
All right. Great.
Yeah. And if you're going to put the work in, do it sober. Yeah.
Man.
These guys are in opposite land. They get out of their mind to go put the work in. Yeah. But we'll talk offline about such things. But bro, did you hear about the ring cams, bro?
Yeah. Well, I've seen ring cams. What you mean?
Yeah, but they're being used in a different fashion. Production, whenever y'all get it, we queued up something for you there, Phil. I know you stay what?
Unplugged.
Can Ring cameras make you safer? Here's Lisa Guerrero.
Ring doorbell cameras are everywhere, capturing everything from terrifying break-ins and homeowners defending their property.
Look at this.
To creepy peeping toms and brazen porch pirates.
She was busting.
Hey, put that back.
Man.
Put that back now.
Oh, sorry.
On this block, there's virtually nowhere I can go without somebody's doorbell camera recording every step I take. From house to house to house. Ring cameras track my every move as I walk down this suburban street in New Jersey.
Definitely makes me feel a little bit safer. A lot of crimes are being solved because people happen to be videotaping.
Now Ring has released a new app called Neighbors. It can connect every Ring camera installed in the neighborhood to each other with real-time crime alerts. It's a high-tech neighborhood watch group and the largest civilian-installed surveillance network ever seen in the USA. Former Miami-Dade Police Chief Art Acevedo.
When we combine the Ring-type technology with a cooperative public, it helps us I think it's a game changer, and it helps keep the American people safer than ever.
Yeah, these neighbors say if the Ring camera network makes them sleep easy at night, they're all for it.
Police cannot download your videos unless you permit them or if you make them public.
You already know.
Yeah, right. right.
Yep.
Huh?
That's what Snowden was talking about, stuff like that.
Correct. They found a way to package it. But what's your thoughts? I mean, on the one hand, okay, let's just say, though, in the community, I think what they're going to do, you know how they have Obama phones and people go out and put phones into the hand, make sure everybody has that. And some people say, hey, the government's using it just to track people. And I always say to push commercials. You know what I mean? It's more, man, we live in a capitalist society, bro. And they want to be able to hear what you're talking about and then send you stuff. You might be living on the street like, I need to get a new tent. I live on the freeway, and then boom, tent ads start coming towards you, from Amazon, and this is true. So, but that being said, I think pretty soon we'll have Obama ring cams. We'll have those all through our community. What say ye, Self Love? You're still in the community. What say ye?
I just don't trust trust it. You know what I mean? I just don't trust it. Like, man, maybe you got one on your house, but every step you walk through there, and it's a
every
hookup
step
where everybody can look on everybody's.
You're always on camera.
No, I don't think I like that one. I don't think I like that part.
And you made me think of something, you know, because I mean, it's to stop crime, but it seems like it's going to be a tool of judgment too. Look at him coming home that late. Who's he with? You know what I mean? Right? Like, come on, man.
I mean, everything that comes through the neighborhood is going to be on all those cameras.
So in my community, everybody knows I'm in Inglewood. The criminals could use those Ring cameras like everybody. Oh, he's leaving. Everybody's gone. I've been watching this house. Everybody's gone. Right? Pull up in an Amazon truck or something, you know what I mean? Hey, bro, they say here in LA, man, sidebar, they've been throwing those, you know, when a house gets fumigated and they throw the tent over it, right? You don't see it too much in the shop. You see it all day in LA. It's for termites, roaches. They'll cover the whole building with a tent. Yeah. Bro, the criminals are tenting homes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that on man, one of these shows. I was like, man.
So your neighbors would be like, oh, okay, he's getting his house tented. He didn't mention it to me. You know what I mean?
They did that in is it Walking Bad? What is it? Is it not Walking Bad? The dude with the meth.
Oh yeah,
the mad teacher.
Something bad. Yeah, they did it in that TV show.
Yeah.
On the recent show?
Well, what they did was
Breaking Bad.
They tented Breaking Bad. They tented the whole house, and then they were making meth in it.
Ah, okay, yeah, no,
So
these
they
guys
was working on it or whatever, right?
No, these guys don't own the house.
No, they just breaking in and stealing it. But that's what made me think of it. And you know what? It wasn't even their property, so they were acting like they were doing work, and they was cooking meth.
And they just wanted to cook the meth up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's similar. So you guys, if you see your neighbor's house tenant, and you know, maybe give that person a call and say, hey, you getting your house fumigated? Because normally maybe they wouldn't. But I don't know. I'll stay out of it. But let's move on, bro. We've been, we got to move to the next one. So, production, we got, is this how to move or not to move? We got a new kids meal, Self Love.
Is this the future of kids' meals? The companies that made plant-based burgers cool are now venturing into chicken nuggets.
Chicken is one of the most
They're going to feed your kids
categories
shit
of meats in the U.S., especially among children.
So they figure it out.
We're launching a product that is delicious, more nutritious for you, lower saturated fat, fewer calories, and has far less impact on the environment.
Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods are battling it out once again, having developed their own proprietary recipes for nuggets and tenders that will hopefully be a big hit with the pickiest eaters out there, kids.
Yeah.
One of the things we're really excited about in this product is that we're using fava bean as the core protein source. And what is exciting about that is that we're trying to introduce to the consumer a diverse bench of proteins that we can pull from.
Their chicken alternative products are already available in grocery stores and popular fast food chains. But they won't just be competing with each other. They'll still be sold alongside classic chicken finger foods that many people were raised on and now feed their children. But these companies were successfully able to convert many burger-loving adults to choose plant-based options. Will kids be next? For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Why wouldn't you just raise your kids vegetarian or vegan at that point?
Yeah, I mean,
are you gonna start feeding them?
It's still all super processed, so
yeah,
it's still not good for you.
Yeah,
you know, even the processed chicken nuggets or those, it's not good for you. They're still highly processed.
Yeah. That's a great point, which means it's probably chock full of sugar and salt to give it that taste that the kids like. Yeah.
They tend to not have a whole lot of sugar, that's for sure. And not a whole lot of sodium either. The Beyond.
Impossible.
The Beyond. I don't know about Impossible.
Okay.
Because I deal with the Beyond more than Impossible because it's not no soy.
Yeah, but that's what makes the processed meat bad, man. The salt and sugar. I mean, if it don't have a lot of salt and sugar, who cares if it's processed?
Well, the fact that it's really processed, our bodies don't absorb that well. That highly processed foods, it's not good for the body. It ain't even the sodium.
So something more than the sodium levels and the sugar levels. Something added to that.
Yeah.
Do a little more research on that. Then
they put a whole lot of preservatives and shit that don't need to be in there. You know what I mean?
Foreign chemicals and all that stuff.
Just to keep it for it last longer. That stuff's not good for your body. Your body don't know what that is.
Right, it's probably lasting long in your body, huh, bro?
It's making your body go through some process.
Right. Yeah, I know. I threw a piece of processed meat down to the alley cats. Man, they looked at that food and looked at me and kept it pushing, bro.
Yeah, because that's not food. That's how you know.
Alley cats.
If animals won't eat it, then you know it's not food. Or if it can sit on your counter for 4 years and not, deteriorate or come spoiled.
Like, for instance, beef jerky, they won't eat that. A dog might, but cats won't eat beef jerky. And it makes you wonder because they're carnivorous beings, but they won't eat that.
They don't know what the hell that is. They're like, what?
Let's go ahead into so ultimately though, is that how to move or is that the future? Because we live in communities, bro. A lot of people are underfed, a lot of folks are underemployed. So is that the solution right there? Near chicken.
Possible. I mean, it's possible. This is best for the chickens, huh?
Yeah. So you're gonna give it a how to move or how not to move?
So processed, and it's for the kids. I'm gonna say it's how not to move.
I'm gonna agree. It's just because I'm paranoid, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree. Right? Something don't smell right. Feels good, but it don't smell right. We'll leave it at that. All right. So we're gonna go to the Dome teaser, and then we're gonna get our guests and start this show. Self Love's really good at these riddles. I don't want to put that pressure on them. But here we go, Noop. And everyone, if you can solve it, type the solution into the chat. We'll give the solution at the end of the show. So you have to hang around with us or wake up mañana. That's tomorrow for all you cats who don't know rudimentary Spanish. You'll wake up mañana and, check it out, watch the rest of the show and get it. So the riddle is, I belong in the month of December. That's coming up too. So I belong in the month of December, but not in any other month. I am not a holiday. It must not be talking about, Christmas. When am I? I belong in the month of December, but not in any other month. I am not a holiday. What am I? Self Love, you got a thumbs up out there?
I think so.
All right. Self Love's got a thumbs up. So he's not going to blab the answer. He's the Riddler out here. He has been embarrassing the group, and I'm going to bet on. So if I'm betting my money, I'm putting my money on Self Love against the group. I'd be rich. All right. But yeah, bro. So, man, enough, of the appetizers.
Let's quench the Self Love Nation's thirst.
Facts. And thanks for your patience. We're about to get it going. And big ups to production. We don't pay them anything, and they haven't missed a show. Nor do they get college credit.
Yet. No one had used less clothes, man.
No, yeah, he verified. He's a Chi-Town cat. That's for damn sure.
That's real.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
Hey, bro,
yes, sir.
Hey, Scooter. Hey, if you ain't got nothing else for us, bro, we don't kick no silverbacks out, man. And Self Love and I, we appreciate you doing this, sir.
Man, appreciate y'all for giving me the opportunity, man.
Love, honor, respect.
Hey, big ups, and bro, show yourself out. And we love you for this, bro.
Man, appreciate y'all.
I think I got the wrong thing in there.
Been an honor. Scooter Chose, be looking out for that new album.
You let it roll till we get to
Part 2, Wonder Years, another classic, bro. All Our Tears, we coming. Check me out. Download the first one. And man, follow me on Instagram. I'm at Scooter Chose.
Go back and check it out, y'all.
Please check out that show. That's my dude, Scooter. That Wonder Years album, cop that. He got Wonder Years too about to drop. Did he drop it?
I don't know.
Man, I need to hear that. I'm gonna text him and see if he dropped yet. But that's my bad, y'all. My bad production. I dropped the ball here. So like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. That was a Scooter. Yeah, so production, if you refresh, it should drop in right below that Scooter video.
All right. On it. Here's what I want to do.
Shout out 9 Meals. Thank you, baby.
Wednesday, it may be a date change, you guys. I'll talk to you about it, so we'll see. You gotta get on these plantations and do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll holler at you. But, and of course I'll let Wakil know. But as of now, our next guest, whether it's gonna be Wednesday or not, we're doing our Shy Activist or Activism series. So we're featuring and mentoring, and we're featuring Minister Wakil El. He's from the low end. And he's put a lot of work in, boots on the ground, on the mentoring side. Self Love, he's like a brother from another mother with Self Love. And I really appreciate Self Love's guests. We've had some great conversations. Yeah, we had some ecstatic guests, Self Love's guests. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, this is going to be another one.
It is. Yeah, we can reduce volume, please. Production.
For the line of questioning.
All right, so we got coming into the building right here today. We got
and real
talk.
This
El.
is someone who's been there.
Volume production.
On different levels.
We got Minister Wakil El coming to the building. He's one of Chi-Town's very own silverbacks, real deal silverback. We call him that because we are going to get our silverback. We are going to send a bill to the federales, to the federal government, break bread. So that being said, this gentleman was born on the East Coast, like many cats who do their thing in our city, but I do believe he came to the city very early, and was dropped right into the low end and made his way from there. He's a DJ. He's also got his own, he's producing his own reality show. They did a private screening. It's called She's a Catch. And, we'll tie you into all of that information. He's in the cream room right now. So we're going to get him active. And he's also a member of the Self Luv Nation, Minister Wakil El. I've had conversations with this brother, and they've been awesome. So he's Self Love's brother from another mother. Handle your business, Self Love, and then we'll go from here. And you guys like, share, subscribe. Let's get the like minds in here. Let's get them in here. We don't need to hate. We don't need the hate. Let's see, get his camera going.
Yeah.
Ask to start video and ask to unmute. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Hey, but I'll clear the. There he is. There. Okay. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Then I was just saying, my brother, unmute yourself.
All right.
There you go, bro.
Welcome to the Self Luv Show. I'm looking forward to this conversation. It's going to be expansive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and blessings. I want to say peace and blessings to you, and happy solar return also, brother Words. Yeah, you did.
Yes, sir.
And to Nine, what's good? How you feeling, brother?
Man, what's good, King? I appreciate you doing this. You know what I'm saying? I also appreciate your support for the Self Luv Show and also our community. Looking forward to this, bro. I do a lot of the plugins, so if you guys at any time though, this is your show. You're in our house, so you know, but it's your house while you're in here. So holla at us. You know, anything you need to adjust or update, you know, feel free. But you guys,
yeah, I do want to adjust something. Yeah. So I'm not the producer of She's a Catch.
Okay.
I'm not the producer. I am inside the reality TV show.
Okay.
I am part of the board for this show.
All right. Well, listen. Get you a producer credit, bro. Whoever's doing it, tell them to throw you a producer credit. I'm in Hollywood, man.
Everybody like that, but okay.
I come sweep up the floor, and I'm like, I'm a producer.
Yeah.
That's the Hollywood way, but okay, my bad. I appreciate that, and appreciate that. You know, that correction. Also, DJ, is it Obatala? Obatala. Now, break down the meaning of that.
Yeah. Tori got the shirt on. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Dude. That's dope too. I didn't get mine though. Double XL. Go ahead, bro. I'm listening.
I got you, G. I got you. Want a hoodie?
Yeah. I need a hoodie in Cali. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Tenfold.
Yeah, that'd be love.
All right. So I came about that because and just DJing, I like different music. I like international music. I like Afro music. I like jazz. I grew up on jazz and reggae, you know. And my father, just I gotta get background on this.
Okay.
Because that's gonna lead into other stuff. So just a good segue too for later on.
Yes, sir.
My father was real strict. So he didn't let me watch TV from 1st to 12th grade. And I just listened to music and read books. My mom was deaf on it. So books, music. That's all I had. So I got back to DJing, and Obatala came from because it's one of my deities, Yoruba deities. And I'm Obatala Ogun, so I'm going to come play some music, and that's the name I chose. I came up with the logo because it was significant to our culture. And I wanted others to know that I'm playing music from overseas that's still part of our culture. A lot of people are used to playing or listening to music that they know, that they're comfortable with, and don't want to step out their comfort zone. But this music gravitated towards me, and I just want to play my music, you know, just want to play something that's dear to my heart, and what I'm hearing, I'm gonna play it for you. That's it.
Man, that's fair enough. I thought he was gonna say Geechee.
Hey, they're my people too, though, yo. They're my people too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, down south.
Yeah. Big up to what's his name, Kwame Brown. He's been talking about the Geechees ever since he started going ham on the internet. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So Calloway, you talk about him too.
And was Dane talking about him before? Yeah, he sure was. He sure was.
Yeah.
You know, I got to start watching Dane, man. And he He started going a little too far for me, man. He just, hey, it's probably the truth. What I'm saying is it's taking me out my comfort zone, like this brother was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might want to just put me back in the Matrix. You know what I mean? Give me some more Kool-Aid, wipe my memory clean. You know what I'm saying? But
the music sounds like war to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear war because I know war is coming. War is at our door, and we just really not looking at it like that. You know, we're really looking at it in a fantasy world. And when I play this music, I want others to hear it, so maybe they hear war too. If that makes any sense.
It made complete sense. I'm hearing like war drums, and yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump into this real quick, man. And this is that was a great lead into where we're going, but we want to give it some context because one thing we do is I explain to all of our guests. Part of what we're doing, sir, is we're chronologuing our own stories. You know, there's a quote that Self Luv and I came across, you know, until the lion, I guess, learns how to write, you know, the hunter will always, you know, tell the story or control the narrative. So what we're doing is getting this stuff into the blockchain, you know, telling our stories, how time was, so that maybe if your child or great-grandchild or great-great-great-great-grandchild or anything like that comes across this, you know, 60 years from now, they'll get an unfiltered account of what a king was doing, you know, on this planet, you know, because you can only imagine what the history would write.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. So that's where we at. But so for that being said, where were you born and raised?
So raised here, born here, but moved back and forth to New York and here.
So you were born in Chi? Where you was born in Chicago?
Osteopathic to be precise, in Hap Hart.
Okay, yeah.
All right. They tore
right.
that building down. You know, a lot of chaos went behind.
I was at Illinois Masonic, but go ahead, bro.
And
Chicago Osteopathic, I remember that building. Yeah.
My family went back and forth. You know, we did move around quite often, and I still have a lot of family in NY. Yeah.
What part of NY? Like what borough?
Queens and then Buffalo.
Oh,
and most
upstate.
people move from Queens to Buffalo.
Okay. So you was already used to the snow and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Who was who would you say was the main steward outside of yourself, the main steward of your personal development, you know, in your young life, you know, before you got to about 15 or so?
Parents included, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I would say both my parents, they were in the house. Not to slight neither one. I didn't know anything, so I had to learn from both. My father was, like I said, very strict, fam. I didn't watch TV the first 12th grade. I got in trouble. You did. We lived in the IDBs, and I couldn't watch, like I said, couldn't watch TV, couldn't do this. But once I got outside, it was like, what can I get into? No matter what the comeback is, what can I get into? You know.
Can you talk about the IDB Wells? Like I used to ride the bus through there, like for a time period. You know, I went to school in Hyde Park. For a time period, I was coming from the west side. Me and my mom had gotten an apartment upstairs from my grandma. They owned the building. So I would be, you know, commuting across the city. And man, I'd be on that First and Drexel, I think it was, sliding right through the IDB, you know. And so can you, you know, but because you got people in the jets now, but can you kind of tell the people what it was like during that time coming up over there, and you know, any type of messaging you might have been getting from the men when you were outside and stuff like that? What was it like, man?
You know, back then, this is the 70s, man.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
70s was rough. The 80s was rough, 90s rough, but 70s was, especially when you're a child, right? Because you don't know nothing. You know, you thought you were supposed to live here. You know, and my granny was down there, my on my father's side.
Okay.
And my on my mom's side, they were in the South Commons, which is like literally down the street.
Yeah. The South Commons were apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the growing up in Atterbees, man, it was rough. You couldn't go past certain parks. In my household, I can't speak for others. However, I knew who my father was, and I know what my father and my uncles used to do out in the streets.
Okay.
I visualized it. I saw it. I lived it. You know, all my life, actually. It was fighting every day, man. Every time I got outside, I fought. Every day. I played, but I fought.
Wow. You know what, man? You know, I don't question
like boxing, like not throwing rocks or sticks and nothing like that. I'm talking about you know,
paws,
like,
hands.
Yeah. And I wasn't a big cat, you know what I'm saying? I'm slender, you know what I'm saying? Was super thin back then, light skin, you know, dead red hair. How about that? Like dead red afro, fam. Like the red, you can't like this right here, that red. The red behind you. And I got
make somebody make somebody want to fight you.
Yeah,
because you're different.
You know,
right.
And I'm different. So my chair keep popping out. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, my chair keep popping out, and I'm getting teased for it. And I know who my granny is, who I'm living with too. Cherokee, 5'2", silky, long hair. I mean, like past her buttocks. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with that. And she watched me out the window. Like our address is 559 East 38th Street. So the bus is on the back side of us. So I can just, if I can't go outside, I can go empty some garbage and look out the window out the back to see what's happening on 39th Street.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I can see the bus. I can see.
Because I guess 39th would have been up top.
Yeah. So I can see the buses go past. I can see kids, people walking. I can see going to the grocery store, who going, you know, the whole nine. But my people had my dad and my uncle were doing grown folks things.
Okay. Was they running the numbers, doing the policy, or what?
They were being grown, you know.
Okay, enough said.
Like I did security at the fort at 9 years old. And all I knew was like stand right here and just tell people this one line. And that's all I had to do. Like, what? My mom didn't even know about this, and she's probably listening right now. Yeah, like seriously. My line was like, I'm looking up. Can you please turn your hat straight? Can you please turn your hat straight? Thank you, sir. Can you please turn your hat straight? If you want to wear your hat, can you please turn your hat straight? That was my line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So it was some rough days, man. Rough days, like literally fighting. After a while, it was like I got used to it. Like, and I got to a point I loved it. It was in me. It was an innate ability, you know. And not that I said I'm starting something, but if you bring it this way, I'm doing it. I'm all in.
Right.
I'm all in, like for real. Like I'm pushing from the nipples all in. Everything on the table, all the chips. I'm pushing from right here, all in.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Thanks.
Hold on a second.
Would have never known that at St. Paul because it wasn't not much of that going on.
Yeah. So peep this. So I was supposed to go to Holy Angels. Because it's down the street.
Right there.
And my mom's wanted me, you know what I'm saying? Like she wanted to give me the opportunity that a lot of kids didn't have. Like our parents do. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, parents do this quite often. And when we're young, we really don't understand why they're making these moves and getting me away from certain friends or this neighborhood and transferring because they trying to make a better life for themselves and as well as for us. When you're young, you don't get that at all. You don't even know about working really yet. You dig? So you don't know about the responsibilities. You don't know about, you know, things that have transpired, happened way before you, and you just tend to you're a child. You still have a lesson.
Well, let's hold it. I'm having some technical issues, but don't worry. Oh, I got it now. But I'm gonna ask you this. Let's back it up a little, man, because you can't just mention the fort and then gloss past it. First thing I want to do is just give it some context, you guys. I got a picture of it here. That first in Drexel bus I talked about, I used to ride past there every day, man. I remember one of the brothers used to go, I used to call him Cornbread Man, because he used to get right on the back of the bus and just blaze up a joint. And when I was a shorty, it smelled like cornbread. And the bus driver, nobody would say nothing to him. Every day, that man had his routine. He'd be leaving the fort. It's like he was in there all night working or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he'd get on the fort, and nobody messed with him. He smoked his reefer and went about his business. He didn't mess with none of the shorties. But that being said, I was like, this dude. And, bro, you know the time I'm talking about, to get on the CTA bus and blaze a joint, bro.
Yeah.
And the bus driver wasn't going to stop the bus. The bus driver wasn't going to do all
and
this
they was
stuff.
mostly white bus drivers.
Yes, and wasn't nothing going to happen. So the fort was literally a temple. We called it the fort. You can probably know more about it than me, but it was a temple. It was a religious organization, and it literally got raised. So you guys Google it for context. It got raised by the city of Chicago. I mean, they bulldozed that building. It was alleged to have a lot.
After they raided it. They raided it.
After they raided it, looking for all the knowledge and understanding. I want to ask you this, though, and then go ahead and comment. Did you ever meet Jeff, or did your dad know the chief?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll leave that right there, but yeah.
All right. But did you ever meet Chief?
Yeah. I know.
That's
I know,
love.
I know,
Yeah,
I know,
okay.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
love. Free Chief Malik. I'll say it.
No, hey, look here, man. I was young. You just see faces all the time. See faces all the time.
Yeah.
See faces all the time. See faces all the time. I see my uncle jump in a ride and go pick people up and come down the street. You see faces like, so when you get older, like,
right. Oh, you'd be like, oh wow. Like, man,
Okay.
yeah. And to you,
Okay.
he's just
Yeah.
somebody giving you $1 for Christmas or whatever. And,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they was doing the turkey drives. They gave out lunch food. They took care of us, man. You know, they took care of everybody in the neighborhood, fam. Like, see, that's the bad part. That's the bad rep, because
facts.
They did this stuff on purpose to help us. And then those that didn't like us, of the European descendant, didn't like what we were doing, or they were doing for us as young adults, kids, elderly. They did a lot of positive things in the community before it looked like they got the bad tag. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got some bad people in their family.
You're right.
It happened.
Right.
However, there was a lot of positive things that happened that nobody talks about. Nobody.
You know, the U.S. Army is full of atrocities.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We watch movies.
Right.
When we watch movies of Black Ops and nobody ever seen it, and they be like, "Thank you for your service."
Correct. Now I will say this though, because you know, the low end, if for y'all don't know, Chicago's project systems, you know, I argue with people, and it's not even an argument. You know, they'll say LA created gangs. I'm like, false. And they'll say New York had the biggest project system. Me and you talked about it. Google it.
Yeah.
But Chicago had the biggest project system, and most of them were right there on the low end. And I'm gonna tell you something. I never realized how much order that man was keeping. But you know what I mean? He was keeping some order in that area, man. Like, I think he was one of the people, I don't want to say control, but yeah. He knew how to keep the order. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, no doubt. And they had other people to help keep the order.
Right.
Throughout the neighborhoods.
Right.
Not just right there.
Right.
Yeah. I'm talking about like in the 60s on Dorchester, you know what I'm saying? Blackstone, that's where.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it had order and things, you know, of course the people do what they do, infiltrate.
Yeah, because they wanted to make that money, you know, selling the cocaine. But we'll move on. This isn't about that. We'll bring you back for one of the gang things, if you don't mind. But I don't even consider it a gang. But we'll you know, that's just the labels they put on us. But we'll put it back. We'll bring you back, man. Yeah, when we do our fourth cult, and we want to talk to you about that. So, but let's skip past that. Looking back though, well, first off, I want to give you a true or false question. Because you're a two-parent household, cat. The parent or guardian is more important to a child's educational development than schools. What would you say to that? True or false? Okay. Okay. Looking back, do you remember any jewels, gems You know, any sayings that your elders or ancestors, anybody might have been one of the most, you know, any type of things that they might have been putting on y'all as shorties, you know, that some of these shorties today might not be hearing?
Yeah, I give it to my kids, and I every last one of them, like I give them a line, and they got to finish this off. So the line is, every man is accountable for his own actions. First and foremost, it don't matter if it's word or your movement, you're still accountable for it.
Love it.
And one of my personal ones, my dad gave me, like, he said it a long time ago when I was young, and then gave it to me like one of my wedding nights or whatever. I raised you to break bricks. Go break.
So you talking about the Jim Kelly, Bruce Lee type of break bricks, right?
Yeah, life bricks.
Right.
Yeah, conquer
right.
Everything.
Metaphorically, right.
Conquer everything. I raised you to conquer everything.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. But I was in. I did take karate, and
because you know a lot of folks might be offended. You know, he said bricks, and then, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that. Like,
I know.
What was funny is how he said it. I was thinking the same thing when he said it like that. Yeah. Hey, look, and I said, Pops, what you trying to say? He was like, "Cause I raised you to do everything, conquer everything, this, that, and the other." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
So I gave a hug.
Hey,
like,
hey,
man,
Wakil was beating the crap out of people in school. Like, my dad raised me to break bricks.
Yeah, hey, look here. But you know what's funny though? To my close buddies, that's on the other side.
Yes, sir.
My twin, a couple of cousins, you know.
Come on, we all family.
Yeah, but I give them, it's true. Facts. I tell people this all the time. We the same tribe, we just in different huts.
Different yeah.
We the same tribe, different huts. But we're gonna get to some of that later on, I'm sure. You know
yes.
But so I joke with my guys, I'll be like, what you say? My dad raised me to break bricks, and I know who you are.
and you know how those guys, man, you don't have to give them a reason to look at you funny either, because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Man,
but I got guys all over through the city. When you get so this the killer though. Check this out, and I use killer loosely. When you get older, everybody knows everybody. Chicago's like a junior college, and I say it all the time. Chicago's like a junior college. It don't matter what side of town you on. It don't matter where you came from. It don't matter what PJ you came from.
You connected.
You know, yeah. Hey, look, the 6 degrees of separation is true to Bill, and I think it's down to 3.
That's what Self Love be saying. That's real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Because we meet people all the time that's in the same circle.
Don't we?
And the internet, you know,
connected, shortened it even.
Made it even closer, because you know, I mean, you could just Google somebody and then be connected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well. Let me ask you this, because you know, like you said, you know, you got your mom and your dad's was a disciplinarian.
Boy Scout leader.
Held you was a Boy Scout leader?
My Boy Scout leader lived in my building.
Okay.
And
did you see what he mentioned? Yeah. I was a Boy Scout.
He kept me off the streets. Besides my parents keeping me off the streets, but I went with him. I did everything. I went all the way up to Eagle Scout, Red Arrow. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to live with like 7 other little kids, youth, for a week, and we had to fend for ourselves, food and everything. We had to catch fish, hunt, sleep in tent, up under the stars, outside, the whole 9.
And you learn how to work with people you don't even know or like. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Like, who are these kids?
But you know what's wild though? Fundamentally, you would think that the schools would do this.
You would think?
Yeah, you would think that the schools would do this. Like you would think
the schools were set up for that.
Because of how fractured they know the system is. They know most children households are. They're mental. Just in general, you would think that they would give this to you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I tell people about this all the time. I said I've talked to people from Brown, Cornell, Harvard, Princeton, all the Ivy League schools, the big bread. You dig what I'm saying? Like they they got to spend $230 to $280 to go to school there.
Mm-hmm. Well, to get those endowments, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
However, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, it ain't a class in any of these schools that teach you how to get out of debt.
No,
not one.
No,
that's not what none of them are for.
No,
not one.
Debt makes the world go round.
Now, but okay, so you went all 4 years, and now you owe 280 times 4. That's how I look at it.
Plus interest.
That's why I said that's how I look at it, because the interest. And nobody showed you how to knock that down. Why you had to have that to begin with, or how to get out of it. Nobody. Yeah.
So that'll show you who's running the world, because whose interest is that?
Yeah, y'all gonna have me roll up, man.
Whose interest is
that? The schools have been completely made to make workers. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
From the grammar school level all the way through college, and it's just meant to make a worker. They're not trying to make informed thinkers, critical thinkers.
They want robots. I mean, every job you get will literally tell you, I'm not paying you to think. You know what I mean? Yeah, they like to say that.
And then school is also 8 hours, just like a job, and you got 2 breaks and lunch 30 minutes. Is the same. It's all set up that way to program you all the way up, condition your mind.
Yeah, to not think.
Yeah.
Well, let me because we're wrapping up the first segment, and so if I'm gonna throw it to you for comments or questions, because I know you probably got them for this brother, man. This is your brother and my brother too, by extension. But so you mentioned the Boy Scouts. You mentioned Papa Do. You mentioned your mom. So I'm asking, how did you avoid any major pitfalls? Because we all had our man. I'm beginning to chill, like thinking about all the people, man, who got clapped, or they stretched on a wheelchair, or they stretched out in the state prison, that kind of thing. What do you think? How'd you avoid that? You gonna talk religion? Talk to us. Talk to the shorty out there.
To be honest, my ancestors kept paving the way for me. And I just was very intuitive and intellectual about how I moved. Streetwise, book-wise, school-wise, the whole nine. Just very
intuition. Would you say intuition was good?
But when I have that innate ability, and we all do, is who taps into it and how we program. So my intuition, I got that feeling before I make a move. Yeah, like, I'm not doing that one.
Right.
Yeah. So, culturally wise, because religion, that's real touchy. I think it was built for war. However, our culture was here before there was any words, any books. Let's go with that first. But my ancestors helped me out, and I got a lot of wisdom from my grandparents. Like just sitting back listening to them, and I probably wasn't even in the conversation, because you ain't supposed to jump in them conversations. You get thumped or your ear pulled, or pinched or something. So just listening to them and going off of what my parents gave me.
That's fair enough. I'm gonna toss it to Self Love, and for y'all shorties, we dropping jewels for y'all out there, and a lot of things that lead to intuition is your ability to listen to your elders, listen to your ancestors. Your ability to pay attention and not be a know-it-all, not be the smartest person in the room all the time. I mean, it's sometimes better to just be the smartest, but act like you're the dumbest. Absorb this information. Man, study your lessons, read your books, and then that's going to create this intuition he's talking about. But go ahead, Self Love, with your comment, and then we'll plug this gentleman.
Bro, I want you to tell the Self Love Nation how instrumental sports was for your early development.
Sports kept me out the streets. And I love sports. Sports just literally kept me out the streets. And when I got back from college, it was so innate in me. And I came back and started coaching at my old high school. Prior to that, my fault. Coaching with some brothers from my old high school. and they had a Pee Wee
Show.
League.
We still early on.
And from the Pee Wee League, we went to high school football. So it was very instrumental in my life, and it helped me be instrumental to others. That's major, because just based off of the friendship and the development that I had with the youth back then, it helped me give them what they were missing that I thought a lot of others were missing also. And it gave me a stage and a platform to help others. I started my group home called Jay's House because everybody was at my crib after football practice, so I can help them with their homework before they get home or before their parents come get them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so the sports did that.
And we're going to break down your group home. We're going to get into that in the second half of the show, but I appreciate you mentioning that. Go ahead, though. Finish your thoughts.
Yeah, so it just helped others that didn't have that father figure at home, or both parents at home. They lived with their granny, and they didn't have nobody to bounce nothing off of. A lot of this aggression out here is because they don't know how to talk, and they don't have nobody to talk to.
Yep.
All we have to do is listen sometimes. For 3 hours, just listen. Because they just need somebody that they feel that will understand them and know where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
I came from these bricks. I came from a 2-family household.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it was fractured at times or not, it's a household.
Mm-hmm.
But I came from it. But I know exactly what your problem. I know with the situations that you're going through. And let me give you a different outlet and out on it, and show you how to, hey, look here. This is built like London town. It's a bump here. It's a speed bump here. It's a speed bump here. It's a speed bump here. Now, it's on you. I tell my kids, check this out. I tell my own kids, when they were younger, I say, listen, even now to this day, if we talk or whatever, I say, y'all know the play. Execute it. It's life. I'm not parenting no more. I'm coaching. You know the play, execute. You know what you're supposed to do. Execute. That's all it is, about execution.
And then I tell them, and we're gonna get into it in the more growth segment, which is section 2, that I used to analyze the money, right? So if you make, like, are you lucky if you're in the street? I mean, we're gonna keep it 100 for all y'all kids. Well, for sure, these 50,000 years are grip. So we'll just say that. And you lucky if you're doing that, but we'll talk about it, you know. So if you bring home, let's just say 100,000 a year tax-free hustling in the street, you plugged in the gang. You might be able to do that, 5 years? Because if you're getting that kind of money, the Fed's going to be on you. Then you're going to do your time. So when you start adding up all the years, right, and all the money you made over all the years and the lawyer fees and all of that and the hospital bills, the so-called easy way is the hard way. And I sit down and talk to them. I tell them it's the hard way. You think that if you go get you a 30 or 40,000 a year job, you're going to be poor? It's about what you're doing with the money that you're making, and you keep moving up over time instead of moving down over time. You know, It's that principle of 72.
And we all do some money, though.
Yes.
Yeah. If I'd have known what I know now, we all use that line. Like, real talk. We all use that line. If I know what I know now, then.
But I can't even use it because a lot of it I knew. Man, I came across the principle of 72 at a young age. I came across a lot. I came across what do they call those mutual funds. My mom would tell you I had ordered the paperwork on it when I was like 14. I knew it, just didn't do it. So that'll tell you something. Yeah.
Execution, see? Execution.
Facts.
That's what I was just talking about.
And that's where you got that person pushing you to break the bricks and the accountability. And so when I talk to our youth, and we're going to save for the next one, but when I talk to our youth, I tell them that, man, embrace the work, embrace the struggle. You know what I mean? Embrace it, you know?
Yeah. Hey, and look, I was working listen, check this out. I was washing cars, like 10 years old, 8, 9, 10 years old, washing cars at $10 a pop. And I ran through all the cars. I started with like 3 cars in the parking lot. My mom, my dad, and my uncles upstairs, right? and I used to wash theirs, and they give me $10, and I put that to the side. I ain't really going nowhere, and I ain't spending no money. You know, it's the point that I got it.
Right.
When people saw what I was doing in the parking lot that lived in the building, they came to me.
They call that the Jones effect. Right. What you doing? What's going on over here? How can you wash my car? Yeah.
Can I see you next Saturday?
Yeah.
On Friday when I get in from work?
Yeah. My parents get the $10 rate. I could do it, but it's $15 for you. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Like I learned some real stuff, man. It was crazy. I was using a flat rock to clean the white walls.
He was scraping off that.
Dump it in the bucket and do like this, and it don't matter what dirt is on there.
He was scraping off the top layer of the white walls.
Yeah. Man, listen here. My parents taught me a lot though, fam. Like for real, when I was a young age, like I remember cooking and washing dishes. And I'm 6'4" now, right? I remember cooking and washing dishes at a young age that I couldn't even see above or stand above the sink or the stove. I'm on a milk crate, but I am cooking and I am cleaning dishes. Again, I can't see really above the stove. Or now, we grown now. Imagine how tall that is.
Bro, no, you had my great grandmother had a stroke, rest her soul, and I was still in my theta. 6 years in, she had me making bread, and I was her hands, and same thing with you. I'm over the stove and do this. I'll be on a chair sometimes, cut that fire down, watch the grease, and And bro, because it's how we raising them. We raise our kids; they can't even pour water because we don't want them to spill it.
Right? Why? That's deep.
That's deep,
and it's facts.
It's facts. I've seen this.
What?
Yeah. Let the kid pour the water, or else he's gonna grow up handcuffed.
Yeah. Hey, look, I dated a sister years ago, and we were supposed to go out one night. She was like, I gotta go home. And I thought it was a lie. I thought she just gave me a lie. She was like, I gotta go home to iron my son's clothes for the week. Hey, look here. I say what? To do what? She said to iron his clothes during the week. I said, so while you're ironing, what is he doing?
What is he doing?
What is he doing?
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I promise you. I was like, yeah, I know where this is going. If that's your mentality, can't change nothing.
What was that movie? What was that movie? Baby Boy or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he was all like that. I was a big dude walking around butt naked.
Right. Making them uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like you hungry? You feel what I'm saying? Like, hey, go get them bowls from up under your bed. Nasty boy. I'm dead serious, fam. Like, I know how many bowls in there because I'm the one washing dishes. I'm like, yo, why he ain't washing? Like, we gotta come work the whole night and he ain't watched nothing. Like, what's the problem? And we missing bowls and forks and spoons.
Well, I hate to admit it. It was our generation that decided we wanted to spare the rod and spoil these kids. What was good enough for us ain't good enough for them.
Hey, look,
whatever made us upset. Whatever made us upset, your parent, do your homework, sit down there, and then go outside. Oh, you want to go outside first? Go outside first. You want cookies? Eat cookies. No, do the job.
Oh, man. Listen, I learned the tough way. Check this out, man. I'm going to stand up for a second. We'll just chill. So, I got in trouble, and my mom told my dad, stop putting your hands on him. My uncles told my dad, stop putting your hands on him. So my dad came up with another way. My mom actually came up with it, and he ran with it. When I got in trouble, I remember my mom watching Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Not Slander, some shit like that. Right? And then the news. So each one of those episodes is an hour. Dude, I used to be standing like this in the cotta position. So I don't know if you know what the cotta position is. So my hands look like this, but I'm stretched out, right? And I got encyclopedias and I'm squatting for hours.
No, I'd rather, look, Dad, just go ahead and give it. Dad, light me up, man, and we be done with this.
No. But it built me though. Like for a little guy, I was strong, fam. Like literally, I'm doing this for hours. Now we watched the old school Shaw Brothers. the karate flicks and they bringing buckets up like this.
Yeah.
I felt like that's what I was doing.
Yeah, you was. That was Shaolin
Samurai
training.
Sundays all over again, doing the course of the week.
Thanks. That was Shaolin training. So you guys, real quick in the chat, DJ Creeper said, yes, love is in the universe. Michael Smith, yo, Noop. He said, what up, yo? Mr. A Thinking Person, love the name.
Hey, that's my man Lousy.
Okay, yeah, that's a cool name.
Big up to Lousy.
He say, what up, brother Creeper?
Yeah.
Omni Overseer said Breaking Bad. Yep, we figured that out, bro. Appreciate it. Money B, that's what Michael said. Some blood type self-love should not eat flesh, meaning chicken, beef, or pork. What blood types?
I got something for that. Check this out.
Go ahead. Let's address that.
So what I would like for people to know, whoever's listening, whoever they're gonna give it to your children. Go get yours, understand this first, and then make sure you get this information to your children or family, everybody. Know what time you was born, first and foremost. The time you was born. Because that's your pathway for everything. And know your blood type. Because that's going to save you if you go to the hospital or whatever, and they got to do all that other stuff first to figure out who you are and your blood type, what to give you and what they can't do. Did you get that part? Them two things right there keep you alive.
Y'all hear that? Know your blood type. What's the first one?
And the first one, know the time you was born. Everything lines up upstairs. The universe, the canopy that the Most High made for us. It was here before us. It's gonna be here after us. We're part of it. Matter. Check this out. Black Lives Matter. I don't like all that. Because I don't even, black ain't even color. Black ain't even, it's not nationality. However, matter matters. We're made out of matter. Matter matters.
Love it.
You got what I'm saying? We're made out of matter. They said that's 666, that's 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Know your books. I told you all I did was read.
I did a lot of reading myself.
You dig what I'm saying? That 666 is us.
Yeah.
So stop hating us. You, yourself. I'm sorry, go ahead. Where were you going with it?
That's heavy. No, we're just clearing the chat. And you was responding, and that's good. That's it's interactive, and that's what the chat is for. So we're gonna keep it pushing. Omni said something about capitalism, then winter solstice. Put your money on the nation. Big ups, Mike. Big ups, Minister Wakil El. We got a Joyce Williams is clapping. Blessings. Big ups to the chief. That's what Omni Overseer said. Free all the guys. And then DJ Creeper said, Tori, yo, my dog. Love the message. Let's see here. Sharita Harris said, I'm not your daughter. I would appreciate you stop saying that. Alfredia Garrett said, man, just tell all the secrets of the business.
That's my mom.
That's my...
Sharita, hey, go back to the Sharita one.
I'm not your daughter. I would appreciate you stop saying that. And then Alfredia said, man, just tell all the secrets of the business. And then Ayana Nyla said, what up, though?
What up, though? What up, yo?
Yeah, what up, though? So you guys, we're with...
Hey, that's my bestie right there, Yana.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. You guys, we're with Minister Wakil El. He's not one of the producers, but they are doing a reality show. I'm actually interested in that. They don't do that stuff like that in Chicago. I think people be shook. That will catch on, man. Y'all do that right. That will catch on.
Hey, thanks to Dr. Nicole Armstrong. She is the actual producer, the writer, the executor.
How can they check it out?
Yeah. Huh?
How can we tune into it, or what should we be looking for?
Just they can go on Instagram, they can go on Facebook and just put in She's a Catch. We just had the premiere on Tori's Solo Return was at Sunday. We just had a actual 2, 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock show for it.
Okay.
It went pretty well.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I want to check it out, man. I'm not a big reality show guy, but if y'all gonna be doing y'all thing in the Shy, and then I know y'all, so
yeah. And it's not like them other shows. Let me give you some insight on this. It's not like them other shows because she's a professional. She's a doctor. She's a mother.
Well, there's doctors on those housewife shows. They're still standing up throwing drinks on each other and pulling.
Yeah, no. So ain't no other females that part ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Yeah. That's the catty stuff right there. Now,
right.
This is not like that. Hey, look, we also like TATN.
Yes, sir.
This ain't that.
Yeah. All right, and then I'm glad you made that known, man, because there's a lot of people who just reject. You know what I'm saying? Just on the jump, they'll reject it because they're like, man, I don't watch that stuff. So you guys plug in. So it sounds like, they're on some growth and development, and they're showing us in the light that we deserve to be shown in. It's a reality show because that stuff y'all seeing on TV that they're calling reality is just a bunch of crap. Nobody's just throwing drinks and spitting on each other like that, man. They know better than that, man.
Yeah, right. It'll be lawsuits every day.
Lawsuits and people in the hospital. Come on, and it don't end right there. You know what I'm saying? Pookie's showing up. She done called her brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Hey, you know this line? Stay right there.
Man.
You did? Man. Stay right there.
Hey, I'll
be your Huckleberry.
Hey, I could tell you a chief story. One of his descendants. Man, well, I'll tell you on a later day.
Yeah, we're talking about offline. Yeah.
I just say, like, man, over 20.
I probably know.
Over 20 cars showed up. Let's just put it that way. Over 20, and it was less than 2 hours, bro. Somebody flapping. Over 20 cars showed up. Nobody, you know how they come and give you a message. Nobody got hurt.
Hey, look, I just lived that in New York, right? I took my kids down some years ago to NY, right? And I got a cousin. She phenomenal, but she one of us. Like, yeah. And she got a wife. And her wife, we always sit across the street. So my family throws a luau every year. And the area code comes, not like the area code, zip code. I mean, my fault, zip code comes, not area code. So the zip code comes. You know what I'm saying? And they come from all over. We got the whole block. It's blocked off, and the blocks are long, right? And one of the young guys, they shooting dice, this, that, and the other. I told them they move a little further down, right? And he been talking about waiting for his brother to come home. His brother just got out. Brother come on the block, same what you just talking about. Brother come on the block, and they got a little raunchy and they got a little wild. We got young ones out. We got kids out here. You know what I'm saying? Like real youth. And we got a stage in front of the house. Now everybody knows this house because it's my uncle's house, my dad's brother, and my dad's brother is 28 years his senior.
Okay.
So his kids are like right behind my dad, but my dad is the patriarch.
Right.
Got it?
Right.
Okay. So their kids and me are like the same age, but their kids are my second cousin. However, my cousin's wife come out and she comes to walk across the street to come talk to me. And before she said she gets to me, she gets bombarded by one of the gentlemen that's waiting for his brother to get out.
Okay.
I just knew this wasn't gonna happen, and definitely not on this day, on this block.
With these guys,
right now, I just knew this wasn't gonna happen.
Man.
I'm not sitting there watching on phone. I haven't moved, and I know I ain't gonna move because I know it's too much going on. Right? It ain't gonna happen. This boy said something, yada yada yada, and I already asked him to move down. I don't know how they keep moving because it's a dice game, so they following the dice, you know. And make long story short, they got into it. My cousin. People is 2 blocks away. 5 black SUVs showed up. She runs this area. How about that part? Let's be facts on that. I told my son and them, hey, go get all little young ones like your age and under, take them to the back. This might get ugly. I don't know what this is. So within 2 minutes, the SUV showed up, black on black on black, masked out, everybody jumped out. And everybody got swords for her wife. I get the point. We got to stop all that nonsense too. but it's fact.
It is.
Happened.
No, we do have to stop the nonsense, but we also have to protect ours. So it's a little bit of both on both sides. What I would say though is when these guys show up, they don't just show up blasting. Again, they gonna talk to you and we can't talk about that. They be talking about your grandmother. And what I'm saying is the guy who they pulled up on, I never saw him again. Like they gave him a nice friendly warning, don't get me wrong. Like,
you gonna get that?
Yeah. Never showed up to work.
We call it the ghetto pass now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they might have told but they might have told him to quit. Maybe I didn't hear that part, but never saw that. They probably told him if we ever see you again,
yeah. Tap out now, walk away.
Man, he popped off at like a straight up family member, a sister, bro. You know what I mean? And just, like brought her to tears. And you know how they be good girls, you know what I'm saying? And the wrong one made her all shaky and she called somebody and I was like, thank God it wasn't me. But we're going into the more growth and development program. And so we ask everybody this one question: reparations or reparations. That's number one in our platform. What's your thoughts on reparations, sir?
I think we should have had it a long time ago. I think we should have had it from ab initio, from the beginning. When the papers so-called said they were signed. Yeah, I think we should have had it back then. I see that the Asian community has got theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Right here up in Evanston. Check this out. Up in Evanston. I think the mayor or the somebody up there, I can't think of her name right now. She filed something and they got it for Evanston for the individuals that's up there. How about that? Yeah. So I'm actually working on some things with some individuals doing the exact same thing. We're piggybacking off of their model.
Okay.
Because if they got it, you can't deny the same thing. You did. Yeah. That's the essence of thought. But we know how they move.
Towards us, especially.
Yeah.
And it's because we're the greatest. I know I'm biased, but when we put our mind to something, we kill everybody, bro.
Yeah. We just don't
apply it for our communities anymore.
Yeah, community. We don't apply it to ourselves. That's why I gave the information about knowing what time you were born, because the planets give us energy.
Okay.
Moon is just a reflection.
Facts. It's reflecting the light. Yeah.
Yes, that's all it's doing.
Yeah.
And we say hour, and it's actually Hora, Hora, Hora.
Facts.
Every hour, it's a different planet that's giving some energy. So like I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer, sun-wise, as they say, for the month. However, my ascendant is Leo, because that's what it was, and at the time I was born, that planet was right here, and that's what you get off of, And we need to go back to the essence of our culture.
Facts.
And that's what they scared of. That's why they took everything. The Roman Catholic has it, and I'm not scared to say it. The Roman Catholics have our information
down there in the Vatican in the basement. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the monks have it. The Italians have it. That's part of Rome, because they invaded and took stuff too. The Persians.
Israel got a lot of it too.
Oh yeah. They once the word got out, well, how much information and how much knowledge
and understanding
how much resources that we had, still have, if we can claim and go get and keep. Hey, look, check this out. A lot of these movies taught us a lot of things. That new Robin Hood with what's my man, Jamie Foxx in?
Okay. I didn't see it.
Okay. That European boy that he was helping, Robin Hood.
Right.
They went over and conquered a Moorish empire.
The real Robin Hood, he existed, right? And he was black? Or am I thinking of the Long Range? I think Robin Hood was real.
But he was held back. Okay, so Jamie Foxx was a Moor.
Yeah.
That he conquered, cut off his hand, the whole nine, helped him later on. But these are empires. So that's what I'm saying. We had empires. This continent we on right now, this North America, right where we at, this was a Moorish empire. It stated back in the 1400s.
Mansa Musa,
way back before then. But
Mansa Musa was the richest man to ever live the earth. So what happened to all his riches? You know, his money. What happened to all that? Go ahead, though.
Yeah. I tell the youth, I tell adults, I tell whoever I can if they listen at the time, because that's what ministry is. You just give it out. Period. I can't take this with me. I definitely can't take it with me. I got to bring out the sponge on people. You get it?
Yes, sir.
We need to take that information, as much that we have, and share it, because we don't sit around the table and eat together no more. We don't sit around campfires and get the stories from our great grandparents and grandparents no more, whether they here or not, or even our parents, you know, and tell these stories. We don't pass them down to our young ones so they can have it and they can pass down.
Facts.
It's part of why we do this, but go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So we missing a lot of us, our innate ability.
We're a tribal people, and along with being a Moorish empire, it was indigenous, and we were tribes. So I mean, we fell under
they
the
call
whole
natives.
thing.
They broke it down. I'm sorry to cut you, bro. They call Native Americans Indians, right? Okay, so let's back it up some. So Indians, Native Americans, indigenous. Indigenous mean first on the land.
Period.
Right? So if it's already documented way back there that this was a Moorish empire and we was the first ones on the land, you already know what this is.
And it was documented every time an explorer came here, every single time.
They said it. They took it back and gave them
and if you look at the record,
the Constitution, the Moors wrote the Constitution. Go ahead, bro.
If you look at the photos,
well, the Articles of Confederation. Go ahead, bro.
No, the Constitution. Not the Articles of Confederation was they
first 13, the first.
But
or something like that.
All the photos. If you take a look at the photos, if you see photos from 1800s to the 1900s. And then you look at the native people in those pictures of this land, and you look at the pictures that are now. I mean, it's a different people. It ain't the same people. You know, this $5 Dolls Road Indians are the ones.
They were at least his complexion or even darker. Most of them were even a shade darker than Minister Wakil.
No, they from black all the way to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
With big noses and
absolutely.
Yeah. I've seen some of those pictures.
We got the Olmec.
It's us.
The whole nine. We had that. That's our stuff. And what's wild is those same monuments are on every continent that we've been upon. We've been on every one. And before and after the plates broke up.
Yeah.
At that part. Yeah. And we're not teaching none of part of that, man. And they don't have an educational system. They're not going to put it on our education.
No, they're not.
It down.
They're not going to teach us that because they're trying to
away.
They're trying to steal this whole land, bro. That's what it's about.
Well, they stole already, honestly, because this ain't never a big plantation. Let's be honest.
Hey, hold on. According to their situation and what stuff they've put in place, they've made it so that they are liable to us. They are liable to us in their law, in their state of thing. And they've already been found guilty in the world court of genocide against us.
Yeah. Well, that would be other countries too.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and it was a few countries involved in that, but directly who they were indicted for was mainly for us.
All right, well, let me just jump to the next one in this segment, y'all. We'll get back to that. Why won't Brother Minister? Why won't foundational Black Americans, okay, so to speak, quote unquote. Why won't we break bread with one another? Why won't we recycle this bread, bro? And I know a lot of us do, so I'm not judging all of us. I'm talking about, bro, we spend more money than nations.
Yeah.
Talk to me. What's that psychology that even if, well, go ahead, bro. I asked the question.
Because we're accustomed to want to be accepted and look like them. Did you get that part? We want to be accepted. You want to be accepted. We want to look like them. We're going to dress like them. We're going to talk like them. Like English ain't even a real language. Let's keep it real. You dig what I'm saying? Like I talk to people from overseas over in the land of Kush. I won't say Africa because that was that Romans general's name.
Okay. They renamed us. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
So Kush would be like saying Kunta Kinte.
Yeah, that's our land. We did.
Okay.
So a lot of them claim themselves as Christians, and then on top of that, their language is French. Their language is English. Their language is German. Their language is not their original language. Like they can speak it, but it's like shunned upon. They would say 80% of the time they're talking not their language. If that make any sense, like no, it does not. Like why wouldn't you? If you know better, you do better, right? That's what they say. I hate cliches, but that's what they say.
Yeah.
Yes. Why wouldn't you stay with yours? And that's the problem. That's what you're asking right now. Why we are not staying with who we are, our innate ability. We always argue about stats, cars, clothes, bank accounts, this, that, and the other. But we can't ever stick on the same page with this. Yeah. While others can't. We can't never stick on the same page with this.
It's also programming.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny y'all said that. Ayana said, she said 2 poignant points. The first one is, and I want y'all to comment on both, if you will. The people that the, quote, she said, explorers found, end quote, were called Indians because they were dark like the people from India.
And that's
also the Caribbean was called the West Indies.
Right.
So we were called West Indians. So that's another reason why they called them Indians. She also came with generational trauma has taught us not to trust each other, which is a very, very
PTSD
and yeah, valid point. And we
all got PTSD.
Oh yeah, it's especially as it's in our DNA. It's part of our DNA from the
it's been
atrocities that
pounded in us.
It's in our
that's what
DNA.
She's talking about. She mentioned generational trauma. It's like a domino. Are y'all getting? Am I sounding okay?
You sound okay, but it's some real noise thing going on.
Interference?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
And even when you mute, I hear it. But
okay.
I don't.
You're getting hacked. Don't worry.
You don't have no hand phones, right?
No, but he should hear it either way. I mean, if we're getting it, he should get it, but he's not. I just wonder if they're getting that static on the YouTube end. But she said generational trauma has taught us not to trust each other. Stop, man.
We said that.
Okay.
I read that. Yeah,
I agree.
He was talking about it.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm the overseer said it's a vacuum sound. He's getting it too. What is this, man?
I don't know what that part was. I don't know. You had muted and it still was happening. So I muted.
What?
I went to my phone on the other side to see if I was getting it. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I think it's coming from Wakil's end somewhere. Because when I mute him, I don't hear any more interference. I'm asking you to unmute there. It's all good, bro. It's something like, because when I hit mute.
Maybe it's the battery or something. I don't know. I have nothing else going.
Yeah, and it's
static. You might want to.
Okay, so it's asking me up top, set up professional audio settings. You want me to do that?
Yeah, try that. Couldn't hurt.
I'm not gonna say what's gonna happen.
Couldn't hurt.
All right. So let's say test mic. So maybe I got to bring the mic down.
Yeah, test the mic and the speaker.
Hold on, it went away.
Whenever I test it, it fixes everything. Yeah, it's gone now.
Can't hear you?
Say
right,
something.
yeah.
Mic check, Minister, mic check.
Mic check.
Yep.
And much better. It's much better.
All right.
Much better. They're doing that because we're dropping gems, man. Whenever, seriously. I'm Self Love. We're not making this up, man. Whenever we start dropping gems and talking real truth, this starts to happen. People start leaving the chat, and and it's just sickening. But it's all good because we're gonna keep it pushing. And then we speak respectfully. They just don't want this truth getting out here, and it's just sickening, man. It's just utterly disgusting. We got a small platform, and it doesn't matter. They just want to keep their thumb up our anal area. I don't know if we can even say anal area. We'll keep it pushing. Unpack mentors and their necessity in the Black community, bro.
Yes, they are. I think we need to do more of that because we got to be a stopgap first. We got to be a stopgap. Like we can't, like Yana just said about the ongoing trauma,
generational trauma,
right? So we got to be the stopgap to stopping the trauma that we've witnessed because we've been a part of it. Now we've taken hold of it in us, and now we go create the same trauma.
Passing along.
We got to be a stopgap in that part. So you do need the mentors. We do need to be out there saying that we need to. Honestly, I told my guys this some time back. We need to just walk up to all the young ones, real talk, and the first thing you say, "I'm sorry."
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I've been saying they need
but they might not be touching you. You might not want to do that part.
Right.
They might not receive it yet.
Well, it could be a metaphorical hug, but
yeah. But just walk up to him. Hey, man, I'm sorry. And he might look at you and stop with all the nonsense and be like, "Why you?"
Well, let's amend that. I'm never sorry, but I apologize because I'm never sorry.
I apologize for not being there for you and not being there for me for you, even my own kids. Sometimes
I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
I tell my kids okay, I wasn't here for this. I wasn't here for that sometimes. However, I did some things so that you don't have to be out here on these streets.
Man.
I sacrificed a lot just so that I can pave a way that you can walk down these streets and not somebody say, "Hey, get that guy."
Man.
So we have to be we got to be that stopgap, and we got to be able to talk to him. We can't.
So we got to be that. We got to be that domino that don't fall. Right?
Yeah.
You ever played? You had a domino set up, and one of them just don't fall, and it stops the generational curse. We got to be that stubborn domino, huh?
We got to play our part. We got to play our part. We looking for the European and whoever else to fix the community, but if you ain't here to fix it yourself, you ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You just like, ooh, you could be 227 out the window. Ooh, I saw, like you was talking about earlier about the ring. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny that the ring thing just happened on mine. Talking about 6 shots fired. However, we got to be the individuals that say, "Hey, stop." I'll give you a case in point. Check this out. Barack was running for president. And we all know the Bud Billington parade, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is huge.
The back to school parade right there up and down.
Yeah. This is a two-part. This is a two-part getter right here, right? All right. So let's stay on that part. I ask people all the time, do you know your nationality? What nationality do you claim? Because you got a inalienable right to claim any nationality you want. However, do you know yours? I said, so the Puerto Ricans got a parade. The Irish got a parade. The Mexicans got a parade. Polacks got a parade. Even
the Polish. I don't know if we can say Polacks, but go ahead, bro.
Okay, people got a parade here. I'm just saying.
Right.
And I asked them all the time. I say, what's our parade? And they want to say Bud Billington. I'll be wanting to slap the shit out of them, person. Like, that is a going back to school parade. That is not a nationality parade. It's just enough of y'all show up and look like a nationality.
Bro, I don't even know what Bud Billiken is. Let me Google it. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
yes,
so
sir.
The point is, we gotta stop that right there also, and say, hey, this is not a nationality parade. Everybody has one. What is yours? And black is not a nationality, first and foremost. Let's get that clear. It's not a nationality.
Thanks.
So if you certain countries you went over and they ask you, like, what is your nationality? They get to talking to you. You say black. They're gonna walk away from you, or somebody want to execute you.
Hold on. According to Wiki, no, it isn't. Now, Bud Billiken, it says the Bud Billiken Parade and Picnic. You know what picnic means? That means picnic. Is an annual parade held since 1929 in the Chi. The Bud Billiken Day Parade is the largest African-American parade in the U.S. It says it's every second Saturday in August. Next event, August 13th. But here's the part I wanted to read y'all. The founder is Robert Senstack Abbott. That don't sound like an African-American.
Need to look that up.
It ain't nationality, so we knew that part already. And he didn't.
Yeah.
Somebody probably gave him the bread to create something or whatever. And and they're gonna run up under it. Trust me, they're gonna love it for years to come.
Yeah,
and that's what it did. Boom.
That's what it sounds like. And we
everybody else got there. You see flags.
Yeah.
I go to my brothers, and I say my brothers and my sisters.
Thanks.
Because you all are us too.
Thanks.
I go to their parades all the time. They got flags. They know who they are. What's our problem?
Facts.
Oh, okay.
Why we ain't spending all that bread together? You was asking about this earlier. Why are we not spending all this bread that these basketball players make, NFL make, baseball, make, boxing, golf, tennis, whatever, and spend that bread to help educate us on who we are?
Those are the Saturday schools.
Tax write-off.
Saturday schools, yep.
Those are the bro. We used to have, that in our community, Saturday schools. We had charm schools. We had cotillions. Men were learning how to escort girls, and there was things that was teaching us not necessarily our culture, but it was just keeping us from running them down the street all day, man. Right. And showing you another side of life and it would put you around other people who weren't running the street all day.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. And a lot of these children don't have any of those outlets at all.
And no one's showing them any.
No one. The churches ain't doing, man.
Yeah. Oh,
before we get too far, that's who.
Okay, so he's black.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That must have been his slave's name.
Again, he's black, not a nationality.
True.
All right.
True.
Go from there. All right.
But he is black. I might want to, and Self, I'm going to throw it to you, man. We're on More Growth and Development. If you got a question or comment in this section, then we're going to throw the chat and we're going to take a 6-minute break so everybody can get their fruit roll up on. Roll up.
Yeah.
Facts.
Fruit roll up.
More Growth and Development. Yeah. Speak on mentorship.
Hey, brothers, sisters, whoever out there listening, grab somebody. I just want to give an example of something. So I grew up on the Muslim side. I grew up on the Lutheran side. Didn't like that. That wasn't for me. Did this masonry thing. Yeah. Since I was 18 years old. A lot of people
some interference coming in out there.
You said, huh?
The interference is back.
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned masonry, the
interference came out.
He's about to start telling secrets.
Yeah, no, I ain't telling no secrets, man. I'm just saying, the point was a lot of us that get into that organization, that business organization, not actually practicing masonry. You think you are, but you're really not.
Right. Till you get up there.
Yeah, because I look at it like this. You have all them acronyms on it. That's like you want to pledge. You can be any fraternity, any sorority, this, that, and the other. But if you ain't got, if you don't have some young girl, some young man that says Mr. Williams, Mr. Johnson, Miss Johnson, Mr. Williams, Mrs. or whatever, turn my life around. You ain't did nothing.
Ooh, wow.
I don't care what all the acronyms and everything that you got on you.
How many degrees you got, all that money,
all that don't mean nothing. All that don't mean nothing. That makes you look good in your eyes.
If you ain't reach back and pull at least one up with you, you ain't got no respect for it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I promise you. Listen.
Are you counting your own kids? Are you talking about?
I'm not counting my kids. My kids, right. They can give care less.
Okay.
I'll put over 250 kids in high school and college by myself.
No, but I'm asking, you said if I haven't, or if one hasn't, I'm not personalizing, but if one hasn't helped one person, I could say to you, well, I helped my son. Would that qualify?
It's your son. That's all automatic, right? It's supposed to be, but however, it never actually happens like that because again, we have broken families.
Right, it's not a given, but
but I'm talking about joining the organization, though. I'm talking about joining.
Okay.
You was having your son before you joined the organization,
right?
I was talking about organization wise.
Okay, all right, got you. Okay.
First and foremost, I said people join these because they see everybody else doing like it's to do things.
That's a good point, man.
However, if you ain't said if you ain't got like a crew come behind you and say, hey, man, this man turned my life around, this woman turned my life around, they did this for me way back then.
They say that about Tori, a lot of our younger brothers.
They helped others with this. All that's for naught. All that's for naught.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm serious, man.
Come on, man. You can wear a nice chain and get the girls and stuff. Come on,
hey, listen, hold on. You got $1.8 million
Satan's advocate.
You got $1.8 million on your neck and asked for the silverback too, and ain't gave nothing over here. You know what I'm saying? If you did it, it was for your tax. Again, like I said, for them cats that's on TV and this, that, and the other, tax write-off. You ain't went down and said like, hey, this person needs my attention. These individuals need my attention. I need to. It doesn't matter about what you're going to get out of it. It's about what you're going to give them and what the universe is going to give you back.
Wow.
It's what the universe is going to give you back.
That's a solid. We like Self Love, and this whole show is solutions based. That's a good goal. They always say each one teach one and reach back and all that, but that's a good standard. You need a standard. You know what I mean? And that would be a good standard in our community. Yeah. And really, really, man, with the shortage of silverbacks, we would probably have to get at least 2 or 3 to say that. You know what I mean? With the shortage of men, viable men in our communities that's not locked up or what have you, we beaten down by society, we would have to get at least 2, I think. Yeah.
Have to.
Wow.
You need that. You need that. Hey, look here.
Wow.
Above and below. Above and below. Professionally,
Yeah.
I mean, we need some mentors, even
Correct.
at my age, I need mentorship and somebody that knows what path to go.
But that's what they say. Network up. Don't network sideways or down.
Right.
But he's yeah.
But you got to do both. You definitely got to mentor somebody coming up.
That's mentoring. Yeah.
Hey, no, notice in life right here, you owe somebody and somebody else always owe you. So if you don't do your due diligence, you'll never get yours.
Facts.
If we all are cycle and the universe is cycle, these years are a cycle, these hours are a cycle, why aren't our duties a cycle to each other?
It should be, my opinion. But right now we are about to
6 minutes.
Yep. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all hear the music. It's halftime. Today, the Self Love Show. Been down with Black Activism with Minister Wakil El, my brother from another mother.
Yes, sir.
It's a blessing. It's expansive. Dropping jewels.
Yeah.
And we got a few videos for you. I need you to check them out, and we'll be right back at you shortly.
It's halftime. Big ups to Nas.
What are you looking at, slave? Scapegoat of the world. America's beast of burden. Fall guys rise. Cause there's still black folks hurting. Leaving leaven bread for Blackstones. Cause those boys turn pink. 21 shot, 7 dead. But not one cracker and cop. Starts to make me think. My third eye starts to sink. From fluoride and chlorine, homicides and Thorazine. Yet I think I can. Sip a little lean, I know I can. Blow a gang of weed, indeed. Medicated pills, trauma and poverty. This life's poe, a tree. Scapegoats to the world. Pig butchers too. This is my ID. Scapegoat to the world. Drill City. Windy City Zoo.
Ready to go, sir. Kiss it. Huh? Apologize. Kiss it. You want me to kiss her? That's right. Apologize. Apologize.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah,
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Luv Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man,
it's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Yeah. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
they're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Wow, that was kind of choppy.
Yeah, that was real choppy, and it jumped. It jumped up. It jumped up on me too, bro. Big ups to productions, but we got Tripe Mac right here. There we go.
Yes, sir. Man, that was tripping me out there.
Yeah, that was weird.
Very. Look like I might be choppy right now myself.
Sounds good so far. On my end.
Welcome back to the Self Luv Show, where we are sitting down with Minister Wakil El, discussing Black activism and mentorship and expansion of the Self Love Nation. It's a blessing. It's like I said, this is my close friend, and we gets down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and blessings.
Thank you again for being on.
Thank y'all for having me, man. Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all. This is first and foremost. Thank y'all for even having this platform for yourselves and for others, so others can hear them.
Man, appreciation. That's facts.
And you know what, bro? You know, our main motivation was, man, we just keep hearing all the effery about our city, you know, and our people. Mm-hmm. And we all know guys like you and guys like Self Love. And I'm like, man, for the most part, man, it's solid, most solid cats to walk this planet. Mm-hmm. Come out of the city of Chicago, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The labels they try to lace us with, you know what I mean, just are not appropriate. Got to show them something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. We got to turn them around. Like I said, be the stopgap. I'm a stopgap, and I always try to be a stopgap as much as I can.
Talk to him about try self.
Try.
Yeah, he said he always tried to be a stopgap.
He gets me every time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been a stopgap. Ain't no trying. I'm doing.
Yeah,
stopgap.
Correct.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you've been doing.
I was trying to give a story about when Barack came in.
No, you wasn't. You was giving it.
Yeah, the story about when Barack. Correct. When Barack was running for office, and the Bud Billick parade was going on, and I watched a group of young men, teenagers. There might have been a couple of 20s in there, and they just kept walking past each other. And you know he had an office right there on King Drive, right, when he was running.
Nah, because I was in LA at that time.
Yeah. So his office when he was in Congress, whatever.
Senate or whatever. So he was, he was in. Okay, I got you. He was on the low end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they just kept walking past each other. So now this is like their third or fourth time that they intersect each other.
Okay.
And they've been giving each other looks the whole time. I've been watching it.
Okay.
Building up. There was no words. It was just building up. I saw a bump. I stepped right on in. Hey, stop all that nonsense. Do y'all know where y'all at? Do y'all know who y'all are?
Facts.
This y'all, first and foremost, you have no reason to be doing what you want to do with this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been eyeing each other down. Secondly, y'all in front of this man's building, and this is on WGN, which is nationwide and in some parts of the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all about to be on TV with the first. I'm about to give you some education on this.
That's what we're here for.
The first Kenyan president of the United States. Get that?
Kenyan American.
No. Stop. No, sir. There's no hyphen nowhere. Know that part. So check this out. I broke them up, and like y'all about to be on national TV fighting for nothingness. Now, let's get back to that Barack thing.
Okay.
One of his first speeches, you can look it up. One of his first speeches when he first got in office, whatever, he said, "Thank you. ... I am the very first Kenyan president of the United States." He didn't say black. He didn't say African American, black African American, Afro black American. There was no hyphen. There was no chopped up. There was nothing else. Kenyan.
That's you right. I remember that. In Chicago, put him there.
That's
Chicago. In Chicago, put him there.
Yeah. Yeah. Other parts.
But I'm saying, and he did that after the black Americans in Chicago put him there.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not from Chicago.
No.
He's not from Chicago. He's a Hawaiian, I guess you'd say. Kenyan. He's a Kenyan. Is that what you're saying? He's a Kenyan. But Self Love's been talking about your mentoring, and you mentioned the group home, and then do you still have it? First of all, can you talk about it, and then if it's still operable, and then if you have any intentions on keeping it going, because I have an idea I'm gonna talk to you about on the side. You can get a national program, bro. You know what I mean? And maybe franchise out with other people who are willing to do it, and you know what I'm saying, and probably get that funding and but go ahead. Talk about your group home and what you guys were doing and stuff and your strategy.
Okay, so when I was in college, my mom sent me the newspaper every week. And it resonated with me that just by reading the newspaper and seeing who the top 5.
Here we go again.
I don't know what's going on. The top 5 murder capitals of this country.
Okay.
We were in there. Detroit was in there. Maryland was in there. New York was in there. But Gary, Indiana. Now, you know how small Gary is compared to Chicago?
Oh, yeah.
Compared to any of those other cities and the other states I just mentioned?
Yeah.
They're small. Like, you got to be on top of each other, killing each other. That's poverty. Mike came from there. You did? Like, I tripped like why they ain't came back and did nothing. So I went and got a group home in Gary.
Raj, did you see our halftime video? Raj from What's Happening? He's from Gary.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. And kudos to Raj. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ernest, man, that was great.
Yeah. It's a good brother, man.
I went to Gary
Great
to open
brother.
up a group home because I read that, and that was my inspiration. And what I noticed, I didn't get the backing from
the powers that be.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Powers that be in Gary, let alone in Indiana. I almost was getting better info and backing from the state more than the city. Now, was wild what came to be. The sister that helped me do my paperwork, that's from Gary, an attorney, Delta, later on became the mayor.
We want to get her on the show. Can you get? But go ahead. We're gonna stick with you. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I saw a show on. Love that sister.
Yeah,
she went to Harvard too. She was Ivy League educated on top of it all. But she was from Gary and took all her learning and came back to that town and said, "I'm gonna save my city." Go ahead, bro.
So she helped me do my paperwork, and what I noticed is, like, I went to several town meetings, and I took a couple of people from my board with me, and we were the youngest ones there. It was amazing that I understood that this is not what the young ones in our age bracket look at. Like I bought the house right out. I bought the land next to it for like $100. It was flat land. I just want to get in the back end. And they didn't want people from the other side of the state border, Chicago, to come over and help, per se, help like you saving us, or you just trying to come over and get money from us and liquidate the funds that we were doing, what we doing over here. So if you was doing what you're doing over here, why there's not one right here? And the ones that are right here are big entities that's European owned. You get that part?
Yeah, everybody was greasing everybody's pockets.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I still did it. Me and some of my board, we did a lot of things with the youth on the outside. And just to show them that we're here for you, no matter what's going on. Some of these states, I even tried to check this out, just to jump the gun for a second. I tried to do it in Atlanta. And I took my program down there in Atlanta, about to open up and everything, but I had to go get state licensing and all that, right? So I went to a class, and the pamphlet, the documents they gave us in this little 13, 15 page pamphlet, it only had a half a page dealing with group home. The state would rather send a child, and this in other states too, come to find out, the state would rather send a child to other states or other countries and let them be with other individuals and not close to home. You'll never get back in tune with your family, especially if you was already hurting right here.
All right.
That's heavy. That's heavy. I was only an hour and 30 minutes in. The class was like 7 hours. When I saw the pamphlet, it was only a half a page, and everything else was dealing with funds for children and the youth and other sectors. And y'all don't have nothing right here for the group homes and not keeping the kids right here. So none personal when I say this, and I mean it to the fullest. It looks like the state or states have personal bidding into human trafficking young individuals to other states and out the country.
Yes.
And out the country.
Bro, listen.
They would never get back.
Real quick. No, quick interjection. That's what I think the so-called slavery was all about. Human child trafficking, and we can make them work. But go ahead, bro.
So when I asked these questions and they couldn't answer, and you are the state board, I need my funds back that I paid for this class, and I need them like right now, because that's what this looked like to me. This looked like human trafficking on a high level, statewide. But y'all can bust others.
Sanctioned.
They came in.
State-sanctioned human trafficking.
Yeah. If you send a child from here to New Mexico or Utah or wherever else, and they only knew their grandparents right here, maybe their mom, was hypothetically on drugs,
right? Whatever.
Dad locked up or transition. You're sending the child this way, and they're never going to come back this way. They're never going to be in tune with their family. So it's the same thing as dividing the mother and the father, or the husband and the wife. You're still breaking down the homes. I didn't like it. So, however, I came back here. I was doing my thing. The mentoring, I love it. The group home, I love it. I got married at the time, and my wife at the time. We started a virtual community center. And we did the very first violence prevention program, maybe like 8-9 years back. My son been out like 7-8 years back, right? And a $550,000 grant from the county, and partnered up with United Way.
Okay.
And hired 197 kids to clean the county. Flatlands, empty lots, parking lots, forest preserve, church lots, church grounds, and things of that nature. And out of the 197, 86 of the 197 youth were probational kids. So we had to get buses to go pick them up from Maywood, Markham, and Bridgeview Courthouse. So they on probation. Now they're intermingled with, hypothetically, my son, other people's children that are not in the penal system at that time. Maybe before, after, I don't know. But they're intermingled in to go out and do some work. So they got paid, they had insurance. And that was almost a big fiasco. You know, we really had to get the POs involved to come out to sit or come out and meet us at different locations because the individuals were harassing other ethnicity and race and gender. You know, on the bus rides. Like I had to catch up with several buses and pull people off and put them in the car and take them back. Right. Yeah. But they need this stuff though. You know, to keep them off the streets. Everybody needs something to keep them occupied. And why not us giving us our culture back to them? What they ain't gonna get nowhere else. Why not us?
They'll never get it if they don't get it at this time. Well, you know, never's a long time. But I agree. Why not us? You know, if not us, who?
Well, we know it ain't gonna be no who if it ain't us.
Right.
Because
it
ain't
gotta
never
be
no
us.
other who.
Ain't no why not us. It has to be us. I mean,
It has to be us.
I mean, there's no way around that.
And we're not trying, we're doing.
Facts. So tell us, you know, what do you think your secret sauce is with handling, and I'm talking specifically young black men, because I'm like the Jewish. You know who the original, you know who the Hebrew, you know who the people are. So we'll just talk like that. So, you know, the Jewish community at 13, they have a bar mitzvah and a bar mitzvah. One's for the female, one's for the male. And they're considering you an adult at that point, bro. That's when a man starts his journey. A boy, you know, goes from a boy to becoming a man. So I say that, I think the bar mitzvah might be a different age, but I don't know. But I know for the boys it's 13. So I said it to say this. What do you think is your secret sauce when you're handling these young men, you know, from the ages of 13 on? You know, you can identify, because like you said, from the bricks. But what do you think? Like, is there any social cues you're doing, any body language you're able to do? I know earlier you said, man, I apologize and things like that. Would you say it's just that you keep it 100, or you holding these kids accountable? What do you think gives you the gift, man, to connect? Because I think I got it, you know, but what do you think gives you the gift to connect with those young men? Because they don't mess with everybody, bro.
This is true. I think my gifts.
No, they want to talk to you, man.
Yeah, facts. I think my gifts are just being able to identify first, because I live some of that past. And being straight truthful with them. Like they don't want to hear the white watered down version. They want to hear most children or youth will tell you, like, man, you don't know where I come from, you don't know about this, that, and the other. So if you can give them some stories and you speaking from your heart, they actual facts, they know it. And they here for it. They here for it.
And they can see it in your eyes, probably.
Yeah, and they're open up. They're more open to you to give you theirs back and say, hey, man, thank you for talking to me. Thank you for giving me this information. Thank you for just being there for me out your time and day, giving me your energy. You know, they want that. I'll give you a story. When I was young, I started working at remember the Taste of Chicago?
Yeah.
So
Chicago Fest, boy.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So at the time, I lived on 92nd and Dauphine, like right off Cottage Grove. So I used to catch the Cottage Grove bus straight downtown, and I was working for him. So I met this older gentleman around my birthday. I seen him every day. So on my birthday, for years, I used to go take him some CC. He was homeless. I take him some CC and sit on the park bench with him on my birthday. So
you take him some CC? What are we talking about here?
Some Canadian Club. That's what he wanted.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. Okay. So I'll look older then, you know, tall. I can get it, whatever. You know how it was back then. And I'll take him some CC and sit on the park bench with him, downtown park bench, and talk to him for hours. And this man gave me a lot of wisdom. So I meant to mention that then too. I'm sorry. Just double back.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave me a lot of wisdom, like, you know, of life and some of his stories that kind of helped me along my way just by listening to him. And all he wanted was somebody to listen to him.
Facts.
He had a CC, he was happy. However, he had some major stuff, you know. And every birthday I go see him. So somebody needs that. Even the youth, they need that. They need somebody to know that you're here for me. There's no chaos going on. There's no mom yelling at dad smacking mom. There's no
and you ain't there, and you ain't there for the check.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, and you're not here to try to take care of me for the check that the state giving me.
You're right, and give them minimum care, and just give them the minimum care, and keep it pushing.
And keep it pushing. Correct. You're here for me, and they appreciate that. And we need to do that part.
I'll tell you one thing, man. One thing I would suggest to people in the mentoring business when you're talking to our young men. Yeah, I am your business. But when you're talking to our young men or young women, self-love, I never demand that they speak to me a certain way. So I never demand, and you were like that even with pledges. I don't want to tell the secrets, but I never demand all that sir stuff. You know, I feel like it's earned. And what happens, a funny thing happens when you don't demand a short call you sir. Thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir. Every time I see you, you know what I mean? As long as you treat them with respect, you earn.
Kicked off. Yeah. Okay, I'm still here. Right.
I mean, I could roll up on any kid and demand that he calls me sir, you know, but it has to be, I'm saying it's more authentic if it's coming from that child, that girl, or that boy's heart, that they naturally call you sir, because sir is a title.
I didn't even get called that. I didn't ask for it. You know, my youth that I help mentor, tutor, and coach, they call me school. They still call me school to this day. Not even old school, just school.
That's tough.
Yeah, they call me school. What up, school? What up, school? Like I just did a breakfast with them.
It'd be a nice little rap name or something.
It is. That's what I was just thinking about. Like,
yeah, they just call me school. What up, school? And I came to their aid for everything, man. I was there for them, like for real. I had to talk to individuals on the street when they got into altercations because they leaving football practice. And they
right. Yeah, I wanted to talk about. Go ahead, man. Yeah, like you were able to mend some of the beefs and stuff.
Yeah, like I always told ones that I dealt with, and I had them with me on personal levels. You know, they're young, you know, so they're very impressionable at the same time. But I want to keep them safe,
man,
because I know how it was out here,
man.
You know, so they would call me and say, "Man, we just had a issue, or we about to go in this area right here. What you think?" You know, like I will have to make a phone call maybe to certain areas, like, you know, them my people, they coming that way, or they just left there and this is what happened. Now, do you want me to come that way?
Right.
Or do you want to handle your own on your own side? But they needed that. I need them to give them a chance. Like our parents try to give us a chance. Like me and Tori, they put us in different schools. Yourself, they put us in different schools to give us a chance.
You mentioned parents. You're just right, man. It's funny. We're on the same accord, because that brings me to my next question. You know, my mom, you know, she was raising 3 boys and a daughter and a girl, you know, my sister. And, you know, it wasn't a 2-parent household per se like that. So she was really good about, you know, getting us in sports, having us like YMCA and, you know, like you were talking about the Boy Scouts and all of that. What would you like parents, specifically a single mom, to know about the importance and also the nature of a viable mentor? What should they be looking for? Because, you know, every mentor, all money ain't good money, and every mentor ain't a good mentor necessarily. So talk to the single mom out here about the importance of like you were talking about the young child they're doing the laundry for and ironing the clothes. You're gonna be wrinkled. But go ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna come home with a girlfriend and she's gonna think he clean, he take care of himself. He don't. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Looking for one, I would say first do your background check and make sure that first they're not on the most wanted list or the
child predator list.
Child predator list, you know what I'm saying? Or female predator for that matter, you know, just in any of those red flags right there. And then find somebody that's genuine, that's not there for the bag. It's not there for the check, not there for the money. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get you're gonna get somebody that's genuine that wants to do it. Like for real. And you want to have that companionship and that in your heart that you know that this individual is here for the betterment, the upliftment, the respect of what this is for my child. Because they're impressionable. Like I get mad all the time when I see the teachers are they're protesting about something, mostly about pay.
Yeah.
Now this and Tori's mom was a teacher. So check this out. So why are they not the highest paid and they have your child for 8 hours a day longer than you have your child?
They should definitely be paid more than police. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I ain't gonna say more than police, or just at least by average or higher, or just right.
Well, I feel like more because if you had better teachers and they were paid more, you'd have less of a need for the police. Correct.
I see you now. Yeah. They need to be paid. They need to be paid. Every time they ask for a raise, they need to be paid. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. But for ones that want to get their children into stuff, I applaud all the moms that were single moms. I applaud the moms that was with the father, worked with the father. I applaud them. It doesn't make a difference if you don't make a difference.
Say that again, bro.
It doesn't make a difference if you don't make a difference.
Yeah, because in a lot of these single moms' defense, you know, we make a blanket generalization, you know. There's many of them that's, you know, going hard and, you know, doing the best they can. Maybe the father, you know, got murdered. You know, we don't talk about, you know, it's a lot of stuff we as black men don't talk about, man. We bury so much
by a single mother because, you know, my father passed.
Passed, right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's hard to unpack that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a life. That's unpackable.
Right in the middle of my theta stage. I was 4 years old, like right in the middle of that. So I changed whole trajectory because, you know.
Do you have memory of your dad?
Yeah, most of it's bad though. Something that I did, I got in trouble for it. Like,
that's not bad though. That's love.
It is.
Love.
That's love.
It is.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate. Hey, my dad was strict as hell. And I appreciate him, fam.
Man,
to this day, now,
bro. I tell you one thing. When I used to complain about the discipline and the stuff that I would be going through, the children who didn't have that, they might have had a mom who was out all the time, or a dad who just, man, they actually wanted it, man. They actually wanted somebody who loved them enough to come get them. What you doing outside? Pull you by your ear and all that stuff. It looked like they was out having fun and good time. And like you said, when I got to go outside, I got into it. But those kids were always wishing that they were in your position, Minister Wakil El.
I after that point though, I had a lot of autonomy, like from four, like, you know, mom made sure I ate and all that.
And Self, roll this into your comment. Go ahead, though. I'm listening, but go ahead. And then roll it. We're going to end this segment. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. And we roll right into like you said, washing dishes and cooking and washing my clothes and all that from about 5, 6, around 6. You know, my brother, he was older, but he didn't understand why he had to take care of me, you know what I'm saying? Until he did, you know what I mean? Because I didn't understand what happened when my father passed. So
yeah, usually in a single parent household, the older child starts, especially they start, absorbing the brunt of a lot of responsibility, man.
And then my mom went and got a master's like during that time too.
Mm-hmm. Because she knew she had to add that income, man, and and that just shows you that strength.
Yeah.
She was bigger than her excuse.
Facts.
So then she went into the administration, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd she get her master's from, bro? I know she got her degree from U of I. Had to be Loyola.
She got 2 masters. She got a master's in business administration.
Right. Yeah. That's my second mom, man. Boy, she kept me off the street, man. You know what I'm saying? But Self, if you got something for this brother on this segment here, have at it, bro. And then we can jump into the esoteric quick hits and play a quick game.
Oh, just love, honor, respect. You know how we do. Thank you for doing this, man. It's been a gem factory, and as I thought it would be, but I still learned a lot that I didn't know, as always. So, yeah.
Right. I appreciate it. Peace and blessings to both of y'all, man. Peace and blessings to your show. Peace and blessings to the listeners. Peace and blessings to the future that this show is moving towards, and it's on the move, it's still moving, and it's always going to be moving. I appreciate it, man. You know, I love listening to y'all, man. Y'all are dope, G. Like, real talk. I was just telling Creeper, I was like, man, and my man Lousy that was on here earlier. Yeah. I was like, man, you have no idea. They got some big wigs on here. They dope, fam.
Yeah.
They dope. They dope as hell. I know, I've been on tour since grammar school. I said I met my mans, in the pipe, way a while back, you know what I'm saying? Doing our thing. Yo, I'm with it. I'm all with it. I think y'all what y'all doing and helping and showing and exploiting. You know what I'm saying? Like exploiting.
Yeah, we literally made a conscious decision, bro, not to. There's a lot of effery already, and with black people attacking black people, and it's not that we don't need that. Self-love and we like to do it in private, we don't like to air all of that out. So we made an effort. So like if we were talking about who killed who and who shot who and giving the details of all that, we'd have a lot more people in the chat. We've accepted from the beginning that Joshua, who people call Christ and Jesus, he rode and just taught the small, like-minded groups. That's what he did. He just moved and taught the small, like-minded groups. I mean, he did the Sermon on the Mount, that was different, but small, and that's how he rode, bro. And this is just our plight, and we've accepted it,
Yeah.
Those who can hear, let those who can hear, you know what I mean? And that's what we own, man. Yeah. But I appreciate those words, man, because one thing we don't do as black men, we've been conditioned not to big up one another.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You did that. Hey, that's an actual factual statement that you just made.
Yeah.
I just talked to some young men about the exact same thing. I said, ain't nothing wrong with going to grab your man and saying, man, that was awesome.
Come on, man. I had people who Tory can, and they'd be like, well, it's a black man, I can't say it. I'm like, hey, I have people that Tory can beat 100 times out of 100 in one-on-one basketball. And I say, is Tory better than you? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't better than you as a human being, but is he a better basketball player than you? You know what I mean? He just beat you 100 times out of 100. You don't even play the game. You don't even practice. You know what I'm saying? And then they can't say, oh, yeah, my man's better than me, bro. I don't get it.
Right.
We got to know our lane.
Hold on. it's the social programming that we have been indoctrinated to. Everything is Disney, and well, I don't want to read. Can we say Disney?
You can't. Oh, I see what you're saying. The
Disney
white fair
it's
skin.
all blazed up in a big pile of crap that they've unloaded on all of our little people. The all of those movies, man, have changed our expectation of life and not having anything to do with reality.
And that's why my dad didn't let me watch TV from 1st to 12th grade. So I wouldn't be
was great.
Impressionable by none of I saw on TV, and I can read and have my own
thought. Because you weren't being programmed by the TV programs.
Correct.
And then start thinking you bigger than your dad.
Unfortunately, in a lot of these households, and it ain't even dealing with race, across the globe the babysitter is the TV. Well, there are some that ain't, like a lot of Asians that ain't on that.
Oh yeah, TV in every room. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the babysitter. You know what I mean?
Go in your room.
Or just set them up, even from very little, set them up in front of those programs while you cleaning up or to cook or something. To have
now it's the iPad. Yeah, now it's the iPad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you don't know what's coming through there, man. It'd be creeps coming through there.
Same thing.
Your kids
but you still ain't setting them up even on the iPad to give them information about yourself, information about their self.
And you could
about them as a
but you could. That whole iPad could be.
You have the opportunity. It's World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Right.
You ain't got to deal with the
you got the opportunity to be like, yo,
I said purple dinosaur and put that in front of you. I know that's old, but whatever it is, the new big purple dinosaur, whatever the new of that is, you don't have to put that on your children.
Facts. Go ahead, bro. What was you? Yeah, facts. You talking about Barney? Go ahead, Wakil.
Yeah, my mom, before I got my summer started, my mom gave me essays that I had to do on certain books.
What do you mean, Hispanic homeboys?
No. No, like for real. Like she'd come in,
what's up, ATN? What up, Vato 21?
Say I've been in LA, huh? My guys, I got plenty of those. Like for real. Like she'll give me like, okay, you're gonna have to read this book, and I need an essay off of them before you can even think your song about to start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I knew I had to do that every year. Like flat out, I had to do that every year. And I'm out of school now. I'm thinking like, oh, school is over. Oh. No. Mom dudes come in like, yeah, hey, I picked up look what I picked up today.
That's the real education.
Oh, that's when education starts.
Yeah. At the crib.
After you deal with their indoctrination, you got to come in and get some real schooling.
You got to get debriefed. You got to get debriefed.
Yeah, we got to put you on something completely else.
Yeah, you got all that in front of you. Give them something that's going to be like, that they need later on, because they don't need Barney. They don't need Dora the Explorer. They don't need Chico and the Man. You know what I'm saying? They need what they are missing, what you've been missing, that you already found out that you missing. If you found that out at 50, 60 years old, and then they impressionable right now, you give them all of that right then. And let them decipher later on, be like, hey, I remember somebody talking to me about that. I remember my great granny or yada 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 was talking to me about that. You need that.
Man, Minister, I was talking to this lady, man. She was an elder, and she was saying that her son, he's 30 something, bro. He's in the prison system here. And ever since he got caught up, she didn't really talk about, what he did or whatever, but ever since he got caught up, she said he's been, trying to turn his life around, and you know how it is. He's in that rat trap. And according to him, they keep putting cases on him while he's in there, and he's suicidal, bro. They got him on suicide watch. So she was talking with tears in her eyes, and she's like, can you recommend like a book? And the only thing that came to me, bro, was a message to the black man.
That's great.
Yeah. And she was a Christian. And I said, I'm not necessarily Muslim or what have you, and I'm not saying, but I'm like, man, and she said, anything else? I said, give him that one, right? And he'll find his way to the other ones from there. Yeah.
Andrew Broder, Now Valley Contribution to Civilization.
I haven't read that.
Yeah.
So if we stop asking people to recommend a book, I got to re-add that to my questions, man.
Yeah.
What was that book again?
The Now Valley Contribution to Civilization.
Hey, man. Anthony Browder, bro.
by Andrew Broder or Browder.
Okay.
I think it's Anthony Browder, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a lot of those books that we read.
Yeah, I've heard his name.
Yeah, there was several.
I probably read something he's written. You know, if I see a movie or read a book, people be talking to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I read that." You know what I mean? But Self, you know, I am with names. It goes with titles.
Not that particular book, but we read several books of his.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure it just wouldn't. But bro, let's jump into these esoteric quick hits right quick. So the first 4 questions we ask everyone, all these we ask everyone. You can say yes, no, or pass. Those are your options. Is there a God?
Yes.
Are humans alone?
Are what?
Are we alone? Is man alone?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, here's my next question. Have you seen? We know the answer to this because we did a show on this, and he was in the comments. Have you seen a UFO? Yes or no, or pass?
Several times, especially since I've been out here.
Right. So we're going to eventually do a show with everybody who answered yes to that, and we're going to cover that. All right. Yes or no? Did man do the moonwalk at any point during the Apollo program? Yes, no, or pass?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, fair enough. We get more no's, way more no's than yeses. I'd like to query Caucasians. I'm pretty sure we probably get more yeses than no's because they have to believe that nonsense. All right, but you know what I mean? It makes them so smart. Here we go. Choose. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, because they think, oh yeah, we did it.
Yeah, right. Once, well, at that time, but we can't do it no more. All right, here we go. Choose one. Minister Wakil El would rather be at war with self and at peace with the world, or at war with the world and at peace with self. You got to choose one.
The latter.
So you'd rather be at war.
I'd rather be at war with the world and at peace with
self.
Yeah, because if I'm at peace with myself, I know why I'm at war with the world.
Okay. All right. That's a balanced response. If I'm changing it because I saw a movie, but this Self is kind of like this question. So it simplifies my question. So think about the person or persons that, I mean, we all, life goes on, and we understand, we celebrate making our transition. But let's think about a person that, man, I can't do that. Won't be able to do it. Won't be able to bury this person and then, walk that walk. So let's think of that person, right? Now, if that person needed a life-changing, organ transplant, and I could bring you a black box, and all you had to do is press the button on that box, and that person would be healed. But a person who you don't know will die when you push that button.
Not at all.
Are you going to push that button?
I will not push the button. I will let mine go be with their ancestors because it's a new beginning. I want you to go be with your ancestors because they calling you. Your time is done here. I'll be deceased whenever that time comes.
Fair enough. We save the easiest question for last. And, like, again, your ancestors, not your ancestors, your progeny, my progeny, they may come across you answering this question. I always tell every guest, because people, especially us, my goodness, black people, stop denying yourself loans. I ain't going to get no house. They're going to stop it. Go let other people tell you no. I can't get my license because I ain't going to be able to get it. go up there and figure out what you need to get it. Or just shut up. I'm tired of hearing all this. I can't, and we ain't, and they ain't gonna let me. All right, but anyway, I digress. But here we go. I say that to say that your ancestors, bro, are going all the way back probably to the dawn of time, man, at least further than most people's. So in your mind, from what you know now, and this question, I believe, changes as you age, but what is the meaning of life, sir? Did we lose him?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, all right. Meaning of life.
Yeah. I'm just thinking how I want to word this.
Take your time.
Yeah. The meaning of life. A cycle. I don't believe this is my first time here.
Facts. I know it's not mine.
Yeah, it's not my. I from from some readings and understanding and just how I talk to my ancestors, like you ain't do what you're supposed to do the first time. Maybe you come back so you can repeat because you didn't do it. So when I remember I was telling you got to give. You owe somebody and somebody owe you. So you got to give to get. You have to be. It has to be with intent of this is what I want to do for. It doesn't matter what's coming back to me. Just so I can go be with my ancestors correctly, and perhaps be an angel. How about that? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I you guys, I had a flash when he was talking about it's not his first time here. Yeah, life could just be like Earth. They claim Earth is, rotating and then, revolving around a star. Life could just simply be, our planet we could just simply be on a merry-go-round or a Ferris wheel, and when you make your transition, it's just a matter of that thing making a full run. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're just going around it again, man.
How about this part? The sun is moving and we traveling around it. The whole thing is moving, bro. It's if it's in divine order as it's said and set out to us, it's all moving. It can't stop moving, and we never in the same place. So even when the sun come around the time, we never in the same place.
That's
so
a
it's
good.
Always
that's a good. What do you call that? Revelation, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I always knew we were all moving, but that's a good That's a good revelation.
So if you stood in the same spot, basically, if you stood in the same spot, say you're outside and you stood in the same spot for 24 hours, you're still not in the same spot that you.
No, it's a ship. We on a ship.
Did you get that far?
Yeah, we on a ship.
Yeah. We're degrees off.
We on a ship.
Yeah, we on a ship. We moving.
Facts.
We're definitely moving. At all costs, we're moving. Even check this out. And at times we're in retrograde, so we're moving, but we're moving backwards. That's why the same BS or this, that, and the other, or fortune happens again.
You think that could lead to some of what they call it, deja vu?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, man.
I had that the other day.
Our first time.
Yeah.
This ain't our first time. And if we, that's why I say we have to understand what the Most High put in front of us first. And I don't want to, I don't want nobody, excuse me, I'm gonna say this first. FYI.
Speak your mind, speak your piece.
I don't want nobody thinking
Demonstrate.
that I'm bashing Christians or I'm bashing any other religion or ideology. But if even in your book, like I ask people all the time, like, do you believe in astrology? And they're like, no, like what? Like for real? So, and I respect it. So I ask them, like, do you read the Bible? You read this? They're like, yeah. So okay, so how do you eat though? How about that part? Like, what do you mean? Say, how do you eat? Like, I go to the store. I said, where they get it from the store? Oh, they get it from the farmer. Okay, so well, who told the farmer when to till the land, plant the seed, and pull all of that out? Who told them that? I don't know. I just go get it. I say, okay, well, check this out. Have you ever heard of the Farmer's Almanac?
Yeah.
The Farmer's Almanac is based off of our universe, our celestial.
You can read that and know what weather it's going to be with over 90% surety. But go ahead, bro.
Exactly. Okay, so I say, so well, if that don't be the case, so you don't believe, you still don't believe. They're like, no. Okay, so well, them three men, wise guys like us three on the phone right here, we using this information to go find that man. Didn't they use that? Okay, yeah, well they did, but you know they didn't go in detail, but they said it. How about let's go with that part? Let's go with that part. I said it's okay if you don't believe that, and most people still go down. Now, this is the finale. This is the drop the mic part right here.
Okay.
So if you don't believe those two right there, that means your ego is huge. Why would you say that? I get that part from. Why would you say that? I said because do you know what order you was created? I'm sorry for everything that I ever read or understood. You was not before this. So how you not believe in something that was before this or before you? So if you don't believe in any part of that, how you not believe what the first thing he said out the book, but you believe everything behind the book? I'll drop the mic. I'm done.
Oh man.
You get that part? Hey, look here. Old school lava lamp. You get that part?
hey, like you said, yeah, don't get me started on that because you know that'd be another hour, man. But we got I know you're familiar with the show. We got a quick game. It takes about 3 minutes. We call it the 9 at 9. It doesn't make sense to title at all anymore, but you know what I mean. But we're gonna roll with it. So basically, what I'm gonna do is it was at Noah's Ark. So I'm gonna give you a pair of items. So I might say, you know, for instance, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and you choose between those items which one you prefer, and if you don't, you can say pass. All right. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 possible points you can get. So each time you pass, you're losing points. All right. All right, we got to get this gun in a minute. So it's an ink blotch test. We don't need you marinating on it. You're supposed to be bang, bang. You know what I mean? All right. All right, here we go. Remember, you can pass.
Yeah.
Derek Chauvin, George Zimmerman. Quickly. Derek Chauvin, George Zimmerman.
It's a pass.
Zimmerman?
He said Zimmerman.
Colin Kaepernick, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Colin Kaepernick.
Marcus Garvey, W.E.B. Du Bois.
Marcus Garvey.
DJ Frankie Knuckles or Ron Hardy?
Hardy.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Nas's Illmatic, Kanye West, College Dropout. Barack Obama or the late, great Harold Washington?
Harold Washington.
Interesting. Chicago people be consistent with that. I think Harold would have been president, man. Okay. Speaking of Harold, Harold's Fried Chicken or Uncle Remus?
I want Uncle Remus chicken.
And Harold sauce.
I want the sauce from.
Hey, I want your chicken with Harold sauce, man.
Hey, but check this out. But
I'll take that processed chicken with Harold sauce. But go ahead, bro.
Are we still on the clock though? Is some more?
Yeah, let me cut the clock off. Go ahead.
So everybody's sauce ain't the same, and everybody don't cook that chicken the same. You already know the course of the year.
Facts.
So it all depends on like where you get it from. Yeah, I drove the bus on the west side. I drove the bus 15 years, you know what I'm saying? So I drove out west of Chicago.
What line was you on?
I started at 6th for Ashland before they even tore that down. People didn't even know it was a garage there.
Right.
They tore that down.
Yeah.
I started. That's how far back I started. I was the youngest person on the buses. when I got
Bro, I done rode the buses all over the city. I don't know how, but I know that.
Uncle Joe used to work.
So the Uncle Remus on the west side off Madison.
Joe Lucas.
He probably know him.
Right. Joe Lucas.
You know Joe Lucas?
My uncle. Worked at the 69th National.
That's his uncle. His late uncle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we gonna talk about that.
Yeah. That's for
sure.
Small world. That's what we talking about. Y'all was on the same line.
Yeah.
Now, what if he had blicked Tory? And he had work, man. They had to smoke this dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to stop that killing.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know?
got something to say behind that when we get finished with this game. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's close the game out. Hold your thought. All right, here we go. So we ended with, nah, man, but you copped out on it. So we're going to ask you again. Harold's Chicken, Uncle Remus.
Uncle Remus. Okay.
What? All right. Yeah. All right. Christopher Columbus or George I've Never Told a Lie Washington.
Christopher Columbus. The only reason I say him because he came over here under the edict. George Washington was applicable and he had power and he didn't do what he's supposed to do.
Okay. No. What was this? What the hell's wrong with me? I must have been on the cherry farm. All right, here we go. Malcolm X or Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Malcolm X.
Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy.
Richard.
We got the iPhone or the Samsung Galaxy. What is that? Is that the I? Okay. All right. Well, that completes the game, man, and you got all 12 points. Good job. Good job. And then, so that's our ink blotch test, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, bro. You had comments you wanted to add.
So what I want to say just in closing.
Yeah.
So who else listening, who's going to be listening later or whatever, a lot of these murders, these killings on our side. I can't speak for these Europeans because I think these Europeans are hunting. You shoot people in the back, you're hunting. We're not deers. We're not animals. A lot of these situations can be diffused. We're out of tune with taking our family along with us over to our friend's house, even when our kids are young. The reason I say this, if we grew up and we saw people, and I ain't seen you in years or whatever, or maybe I've seen you all the time because your people brought you over, your parents, both of y'all parents brought you over to my house and vice versa. We all went to each other's house. And they're just friends, not relatives, just friends. We can say this later on, like remember Evergreen Plaza?
Mm-hmm.
Everblack. Go ahead.
Yeah, Everblack. Yeah. A lot of
first mall in America.
Yeah. Nice plaza. Nice,
Ford City.
Whatever.
Go ahead, though.
A lot of things popped off up there, just hypothetically, and they did. However, if we walked in and you came in with somebody, and then I got a group of somebody, with some people, some individuals, and they say, "Hey man, see that dude over there? I got into it with yada 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 yada." Like where? Over there? Yeah. And I look and say, "Hey, no, that's my guy. I like
facts.
I break bread with him."
Bro, you know how many times you're talking about
people.
It would be a lot more. It would be a lot more passes going out, and
Yeah,
it's not just I know
that.
him. I break bread. No, that's my man's. Yeah.
Stop all that nonsense.
Yeah.
We don't do that no more. We don't take our young around to meet.
You're right.
Actually, if we could be around them, and that means our life is not in danger first and foremost.
Yeah.
If it is, that means we taking chances. We all take chances. Every time we walk out the door, we take chances.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can bring our children around others and say, hey, man, these your people's. These my guys. I'm with them all the time. I've done this with them.
It gets people passes, and it gives you the ability to say, what you said at the top of the show, everybody has to be held accountable. You're not saying we're going to get this man. He did some F stuff, and that's my man. So what? Let's give him a pass. No, we going to handle it, or y'all going to handle it in a certain way. Right. Yeah. He's going to be held accountable.
We the same tribe.
Right.
Again, we the same tribe, just different huts.
Right.
Hey, look here. Check this out. If these young ones can do a caper and think they get away with it,
you talking about a
run
lick?
their mouth off, huh?
A lick.
Do a lick.
Yeah.
Caper, lick, a thing.
Yeah, a lick. Came up on a lick. They want to take your stuff and call it a lick.
For it. So check this out. And it happens more than the young ones know. They'll go run their mouth and be all bravado, cavalier about what they did. You got that part, and go run their bread, go run their mouth, go do another one, and da 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 da.
Keep talking.
Don't know who people know, and then to get back around because you put a bug out, and I need this information back ASAP.
So that barbershop you robbed was Plug Thug, and now you've been out there yapping about it, and now they thinking you got shot for gang members, and you got shot for a whole nother reason.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, listen. I try to have this conversation at several different funerals. In the years that I've just been on this planet, and the homegoings keep building up. But young ones keep building up. And I've been to them, I spoke at them. Like, man, listen, y'all need to stop the nonsense. Like, you actually killing your own tribe. They've been, listen, the shit about to really go static in that. They've been running the motherfucking program to take the guns off the street, but they run the guns back, so they get you to knock them down. Now, if they run the guns back to you, they are already doing the same thing overseas to different regimes that's taking our prime ministers and this, that, and the other, so we can go put somebody that we need in office to run your country.
Of course.
Your puppet man.
Of course.
They're doing the exact same thing right here. Stop all that.
Alphabet gang.
They started it here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're doing
with
the
us.
same thing.
Alphabet gang.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter about which gang we're referring to. On the letters.
Right.
The point is of us paying attention and saying, hey, I never had this before. Why would I squander this opportunity? I've never had a chopper. I never had this, that, and the other. Let me put this to the side because it's here to protect my family and myself. Now, if anybody brought me no harm, that's what it's here for. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's here for. Instead of going out here because you scuff my Jordan.
But that's what I like. Jordan. But that's what I liked about the guys you were talking about earlier when you were talking about the fort or the temple.
Right.
Everything was more of a need-to-know basis, man. Man, if cats was on the internet talking about, look at this and look what I got and look at this and I'm a this and I'm a stone and I'm a this and the structure was still in place, cats would have been getting held accountable.
Yeah.
As woo, yeah,
he's speechless because he couldn't even imagine that. He couldn't even imagine that.
I imagine it. I've been a part of that part.
Yeah, well, I mean, you couldn't imagine somebody being dumb enough to be.
Yeah, man, you gotta stop all that.
Part of the membership. Yeah.
That's nonsense, though. That's nonsense. Man. Listen. If them people gonna come drop it off in your alley and say, "Here's the open van," and y'all keep the van. Hey, all right, keep the van. All that, leave it there. It ain't going nowhere. Who gonna be dumb enough to touch it if you already know? If you already running what you're running.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
We need it there for when we got to go do what we got to do.
Correct. What do you think they be doing with all these guns, though, man? When they say we're gonna give you $1,500 or $500 or $300, no questions
asked. I just gave it to you. They putting it back in the box and running it back to the land. They listen. They taking the east side pistols and taking it to the west side, and the west side pistols to the east side. You dig what I'm saying? No, up north. Or even out the state of the country.
Even out the country, so they probably got them in Kenya, and then they can upgrade our guns and get us better killing. And they're dropping off the upgraded guns in the hood. We don't get the top of the line. We're always one behind.
Now listen here. That's they doing on purpose, man.
Fact.
So they knocking our numbers down first and foremost. by every means necessary. If they're taking you off the street, but taking you to jail for whatever reason, blah 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 blah.
Off the planet.
The guns, it's the plight. Yeah. And they dropping them back off, gonna knock your heads off, and then we're gonna catch you because you got a dirty gun on you. You ain't registered for whatever reason. So now we're gonna double bag you. You got what I'm saying? We get you off the street. So the numbers are down. You can't fight. You ain't got no military. And you ain't got no resources to begin with. Let's start there first. We have no resources. We letting the dollar leave out in 4 minutes. That it's first time you get it.
Yeah, that's the 4 minutes. Problem, bro.
And you ain't spent it with nobody that look like you.
Man, that's one of our
we
main
ain't got no land
tenants.
that's making our own nothing. That hey, Big Mike had something on Netflix. I loved it, man. I really want to get in touch with that cat. Like I really want to sit down and run something with him and just listening to what he was trying to do. And he's putting it out there just for the fact of just letting individuals know we don't have it. I got all this bread and I'm not about to use nothing to see how I can move around. And I can't get to my show without using something that they built. I can't go eat without something that they grown.
Yeah, we had a guest on that said, Brother Bernard Creamer, who wrote the book, he said, we're not in control of any of our affairs. It's almost like we're children.
Yeah. And they're the trust of us. How about that part? Going back to that war thing, and going back to that war thing that I was talking about earlier,
mm-hmm.
I want everybody to go Google this right here. It's called The Doctrine of Discovery by the Pope in 1492. It's an edict, like how our president, or not our, but
like executive order. Yeah.
Put out an executive order.
Yeah.
The Pope put out an edict, basically, and said, go to these lands, go conquer it, change them to us. Ain't that folks and everything else? Ain't that gang banging?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go conquer these lands, flip them. And if they're not flippable,
right,
execute them.
Yeah,
and land and their resources.
Yeah. That kicked off the Crusades. What the Pope did was he allegedly waived the sins for all the murder and the rape and the pillage. And it was bigger than, it was deeper. He literally told them, okay, it's okay for you guys to murder, rape, and pillage as long as they're infidels. You know what I mean? And so that's what happened. And once they got that, it shows you how evil people could be, that okay to rape. So it'd be like if a Pope right now said, man, everybody in Chicago has the authority to rape and pillage and murder and take everything in the name of Catholicism. And they went and slaughtered people all over the world, bro.
Yeah.
Now, Muslims were doing it too at some point. I don't know when, but they started doing it too. I don't know who started. I think it was the Muslims. I'm not sure though. I think that was a false flag, though. There was some stuff going on, and they were saying that the Muslims were going around killing, and they came to the Pope like they're killing, and you know, and we need to do it, and that was my understanding of it. But again, that's just my understanding. That doesn't mean it's
my knowing is that there were people that were prone to rape and pillage and of sort that he gave license to. It wasn't like the regular people were like, okay, we're gonna rape and pillage. Well, he might stole some stuff, you know what I mean?
Oh, you said he unloaded the rapists and pillagers into
he allowed them to do what they do. He allowed them to do what they do. It was not, you know, and that's the nature of conquerors and bloodthirsty, because the Crusades, it was, you know,
Crusades, the conquistadors. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's all the Crusades. All of it.
How about this part,
Conquistadors, the Crusades, that shit. It's just a
continuation
of the whole thing.
The United States have adopted that same edict.
Yes.
Into their law.
Installed. Yes. It was installed.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about that part? So look,
and some of the laws that's going on now is like,
yes. Go ahead, bro.
For sure, Tori. For sure. So you asked earlier, what should we giving back? And that was my whole segue part, going all the way back around to this, to say that honestly, we've been at war the whole entire time. And we got to stop looking at trying to be like them just to get up on our own. And they saying that you can't do it. Even when y'all try, we're going to knock y'all down. But your infrastructure ain't work. You can't build this. You can't grow this. You can't create this. We're going to take it. If you created it and we're a part of us, we're going to make you sign an NDA, blah, 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 and take it from you. You dig what I'm saying? One of my mom's good friends that I used to take over her house to go play bid whist, right? She started the infrastructure for the nation, for the debit.
They don't want no smoke on the bid whist table, Self Love. But go ahead, bro. They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke.
For the what is it called? EBT, right?
TATN.
Yeah, EBT. Yeah.
The EBT.
Yeah, for the food and stuff.
The food stamps. She started that program, and they took it. She built it, created it, the whole nine, the whole infrastructure, everything, even the electronic side.
Bro, we know guys in our frat went to school with us who did all type of stuff, and the lady that was on our show, Stacy, they go like you said, everything. And Self Love had talked about. We talked about this on the show. Our best get plucked from our communities, and we go work for the enemy. We take all our skills, all our inventions, and we just sell it right out to the corporations. Yeah. And we make it. And then we don't even take that money we get and push it into our communities. We go, well, no, yeah, he invented, he did that. That's him who did that. And we're going to promote you and we're going to send you away. And then we go buy a big, nice house and amongst people who don't even want us there. And then our kids grow up and marry white people and we act a certain type of way. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying I'm against it.
Them facts. Yeah, you ain't talking this into fruition or anything. You just speaking facts. I got that. Yeah. My grandfather, my mom's father.
Yeah.
He never spoke English till he was 28.
Yeah.
He spoke Creek, Indigenous, Native American. Got that? He spoke Creek. He spoke French. Louisiana. He never knew English until he was 28. And he built the computer chip, like a little chip to make the walkie-talkies talk in the war.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And came back.
You imagine if we was using that for our own walkie-talkies? And
for sure. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He started that. The first person to put this chip in to make the walkie-talkies work.
But we condition our children, be smart, get degrees, the best job you can get, go work for a good corporation, a good law firm, all that kind of stuff. And we don't be saying, start your own firm, sue the shit out these people.
None of these colleges have they don't have an entrepreneurial program.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about colleges. I'm talking about us, the parents and the elders in our communities, before our kids even get to that college, before they even get to high school. Every day they come home. I'm talking about, I know, we know that none of them have that. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about, we need the messaging we have to be giving. The colleges don't have to tell us that. We've got to be telling us that. When you get off to this college, none of them are going to do. We have to tell our kids. We can't just bloviate here. We have to tell our children.
Why send them to college was my point. That was
right. But if they're going, we have to tell them you're going to be indoctrinated. I'm speaking flesh now.
Yeah,
we can't. Silence is violence. We can't have this knowledge. That's kind of what he's talking about, and not give it to our children, or else it's just worthless information. It's totally worthless. If the domino's still falling, if we keep letting our children go off to school and become programmed and watch them go, and we're not at least telling them every step of the way, guess what? They're going to do the exact same thing, and those corporations are going to chew them up and spit their black ass out to their advantage, and we need to have that conversation with our kids.
Now, peep this right here. Check this out. So, this is a rhetorical question to you two. But I want you to think, and I want the audience, whoever's on, they're going to hear, listen, understand, click, share, and subscribe. We took the Constitution our 8th grade year, sometime in 7th grade. We took it again our junior year in high school, sometime senior year. That's twice. Some colleges offered it again, and you had to take it, right? That's 3 times.
I think I only took it once, but go ahead. 8th
But,
grade was all I had.
Right? Some people look. I've talked to people and they never even took it.
Yeah, I just had it 8th grade.
You get that part? Yeah, I've talked to some people and they've never took it. Like once, twice, they never took it at all. However, the Constitution said indigenous people and their property are tax exempt. I'm touching on something right here. So you never said that yourself was indigenous because you never knew who you were.
Right. And you never call yourself a minority because minorities,
Native American. Now,
or black minorities are non-citizens. According to the original, the way that word means, minorities were non-citizens. So when you let somebody call you a minority, they're taking away your citizenship. Continue on.
Okay, so
some problems with citizen as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not even on that part because that's a whole nother world.
Right.
Yeah. So understand this part. If you took it 3 times and Native, let's go into their law, Black Laws Dictionary, because that's what they use. Going to court.
Maritime law.
Yeah, maritime law. Yep, for ships.
Travel across seas. Yep. Cargo. Yeah. All right. Black Laws Dictionary say indigenous means first one on the land. Indigenous means Native American. You never said who you were. So you are still a cargo that was lost at sea and nobody has no docks on you. So now we can use you as anything. That goes back to the human trafficking.
Now, was that your rhetorical question?
Yeah.
Well, look. I got the producer in my ear. Listen, the producer. Now listen, and I got a plantation to be on in the morning. I tell my CEO, he's a black man, so I call him a boss, But I tell him, man, it's a plantation. You know what I mean? Don't act like it ain't. But what I'm saying, at least it's owned by at least a brother's running it. But I say that to say this, bro. You got any big ups or shout outs that you want to give? And then we'll be happy to bring you back another time. But any big ups, shout outs? This is it.
Yeah, I want to shout out my ancestors. I want to shout out TATN for allowing me to be on here and to voice and to help others with my voice. I love this platform. I want to shout out to my mom and pop for creating something so special. Different. How about that part? Something special and different.
Hey, they probably had one of those lava lamps going too that you just
yeah. Hey, look at it. You see it back there? Yeah.
Little incense going,
yeah, for sure. And I want to say shout out and big ups to all the listeners, the ones that subscribe, the ones that didn't subscribe, the ones that are just here and want to understand and listen. Shout out to our culture. Let's thrive on that. Before there was any books, words, it was our culture. We just had a way of doing things. Let's get back to that. And it didn't hurt. It didn't harm or hurt nobody.
Sure
that
did.
part.
That didn't harm or hurt nothing. The land harm or hurt nothing. Yep.
Nothing.
Yep.
We weren't harming or hurting the earth.
Right. We were helping the earth.
It had all the resources that we needed.
Yeah.
And matters.
Love it, bro. Hey, man, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And thank your ancestors, man. Praise your family as well, man. Yeah, bro. Love your energy, man, all day long. Absolute love your energy. And y'all, man, check it out. It's
Get him, Tori.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Yeah,
DJ Abatala.
Yeah,
get you a DJ and check out the reality show. When can they see it? When can we? How we check it out? Is there a link we can drop or not yet?
Yeah, not yet because it's being sourced out. You know.
Okay.
What I'm saying?
Fair enough.
The bidders got to bid, the doers got to do.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
So
it's coming soon.
It'll be out here, and big ups to Dr. Nicole Armstrong. You know what I'm saying, for
yes
putting it together, producing. executive producer.
Now, when you say doctor, she's not really a licensed doctor. It's like Dr. Dre or one of these type things.
No. Doctor, Arthur, all that. Mom.
Yeah, I got to do it for clarity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because so many people are doctor this, doctor that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know she was a straight doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So big ups. Yeah.
Yeah, big ups, and big up to y'all, man. I know y'all, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother, and we're gonna have you back. We don't kick any Self. You got something to say? But we don't kick Silverbacks out. But go ahead, Self. It's on you.
Oh, just love, honor, respect.
Love, honor,
you know what I mean? You already know. I'll see you soon. We'll be hanging and building. So
yeah. Hey, look here. I'm me all day, y'all. I don't know if y'all can really see all that. That's me. I'm me all day.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
I'm me all day.
We're gonna start getting static. You see, they stop the static when you stop telling all the secrets about the fort and the nation.
Like, hey, my mama say,
yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm out of here. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, brother, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, one love. Hey,
man.
Love, honor, respect.
Same tribe, different huts, spread out. That's it, y'all. Stop all that nonsense.
Facts. Vibrate love, y'all. Love you, brother.
Yeah, that's my mantra right there. Peace and blessings.
Vibrate, y'all. Vibrate all love. Pure love, man. Wow. Huh?
Man. Outstanding.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we'll see if they allow us to keep this up. You know what I mean? Because we'll wake up tomorrow and they'll be like, this violated the
community
community guidelines. Yeah.
Community guidelines. That's what they like to use.
Don't they? And then you'll watch somebody else's podcast and they just, right?
Yeah. But what's for us is for us. So, anytime they do that, they just let us know that we are looking to grow beyond here.
Thanks.
So we need your help along those matters too. We're growing and we're showing, improving, and we're bringing all this content that's here for our growth. But if we can grow off of here, then that's what we should be looking to do. Get our own. We speak about it all the time. We are on this platform exclusively. And we need your help so we can get our own platform. Where's
Facts. Facts.
Man. That's where we headed.
Absolutely. And I ditto that sentiment, good brother. You guys, we're gonna talk about the call to action. So man, each one reach back, each one of us dig into your soul, find out a way, man, you could reach back and help one of these shorties, one of these little ones out here. Be a what do you call that? A lighthouse, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah. And then so that they can find their way.
Facts. Yep. And also look for a mentor for you if you can, some helps that can help guide you in the path that you're walking. It's got to be that'll make the whole transition. Like we transitioned a whole lot of trauma through the centuries. Can we transition the helpfulness and the mentorship and and the growing and the giving and letting us know how to make it happen?
And let's stamp out fear, huh?
Oh man, it's cap.
Because that's another thing that we send through generations and generations. Fear.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're paying attention to the media, because it's fear-based. And a lot of the churches are too. So, I mean, it's a whole lot of fear-based
but Yahshua and all of the great ones said that it's cap.
Right.
Fear not.
Yeah, they don't teach what they actually taught. They teach the plantation situation.
They just plucked out all the slavery stuff.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right. Well, I hope Self Love has the answer to the riddle because I didn't bother to record it. And
oh man, it's a trip.
Yeah. And I mean, I could dig it out, I'm sure, but the riddle is: I belong in the month of December, but not in any other month. I am not a holiday. What am I?
It really tripped me out, this one, because right away I was like, okay, December.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked at.
We hope he has the answer, people, because I don't know it. Go ahead.
Quickly flashed through the months.
I still don't know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, and I put the riddle up there. Go ahead, bro.
It's the letter D. It's not any other month. It's only in December. The letter D. Is the letter
ding,
D.
Ding, ding. That was it. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
January.
Ding, ding, ding. We're going to accept it.
Yeah. January, February, March, April, May, June,
we're going to
July,
accept it.
August. What the fuck? I was like, it's not in any other. What the fuck?
None of these Self Love Nation are regular people. Hey, for all the guests for tonight who aren't regulars, this doesn't apply to you, but none of the slugs got it. So we're going to accept that. We're going to accept that answer. You know what I mean? I believe that's right. I just have no recollection of it. I've been grinding, man. When you're learning something new, you know how that go.
Say all the months. Say them all.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, that's got to be it. Yeah.
That's it.
D.
That's it. It's funny that December is the 12th month when Deca is 10.
So you guys, let me shut this on. You guys, next week on the 24th, in case you haven't noticed, we've pushed the Self Love Show. We're trying a new time. It's going to remain at 7 p.m. On Wednesdays. It's live. It's now going to cast at 9 p.m. Central. We're testing that. Mouthpiece Included won't change. It'll still be at 9 p.m. Central. Give us your feedback on these changes because this show is more about you guys than it is about us. Next week, we're going to unpack big abortion, Self. Big abortion. Yeah?
Wow.
Yep. Big abortion. So,
wow.
Yeah. So we want you guys to be here, chime in. Self Love and I, we got a lot of research to do, preparing for this show. But we will, as always, bring you the content. Big abortion in the Black community. We're going to get some stats. We're going to get some analytical data, and we're going to chop it up.
Believe it's the largest killer of our people.
Well, we're going to unpack that because then, is it people? Is it killing? I mean, that's what we got to unpack.
Hey. You already have my opinion, obviously.
All right, well, but that's what we're unpacking, and we're going to unpack that. Hey, and I always say there are no wrong or right opinions, but we're gonna bring everybody the data. One thing Self Love and I are about, we present the information as unbiased as possible, and when we are being biased, we flat out tell you what.
Yeah,
I'm totally biased here.
Out there.
Right, and then we just present the information, and you can do what.
Do it what you want. You can accept it or
not. Or you can sit there like this.
What are you talking about?
You know he you ain't had idea what he talking about.
That's when you had to have the elders in your life like close your mouth, right, Self? You learn that growing up. Get your thumb out your mouth. Close your mouth. I'm serious, man. Your family didn't let you do that. You sitting up in church, and if they told you once or twice, every time I see you, you get smacked. That way you ain't sitting there.
I never something like that.
In the back of a police car.
Sure.
You know, doing that one.
My life coming up, all I had to see was somebody get smacked once for doing something. I'd be like, oh, they'll never catch me doing that. like, whoa. That's what happened when you do that? Hey, you're not going to catch me doing that.
Hey, but everyone, we know we start the show later. And so this brings me to my personal favorite part of the show. And that's going to be this brother right here next to me, Tory Wordsmith's final words. Out.
Tory words. Final words. This week is my solar return. So it's got us in a position for y'all to totally learn. We brought to you Minister Wakil El to help your energy excel, the frequency rise, because we're going to a new dimension. Surprise. Or you can still deal with the war state. I choose to elevate. Send our DNA to recreate and make it how we want it to be. But you can't beg and plead. You got to command. This matrix that we in. You got to meditate. Go within. It's the truth, bro. I ain't trying to pretend. Listen. You are the change that we're going to see. But you got to do your part. I mean the work. Because we got to be moving in that direction. That move mountains without chopping them into sections. The youth, they are our future, extension of when you was here before, the finisher to the execution. Know that we are a tribal people. We've been here a long, long time. This is our land. And it was American. That's why I say indigenous American. Words. Love, honor, respect.
Dope stuff as always. Closing it out with this is Rashid. Y'all may know him as Common. He's a Chicago artist, Chicago-born artist. This one's called Imagine, and it's featuring PJ. He's got a channel called Think Common, fair use. Big ups, Common.
Big ups.
Bullets are, in fact, boomerang, sir.
Yeah, stand your ground.
A murder? Kill yourself. Murder, suicide, man.
Yeah. An eye for an eye.
Indeed. And we're not talking about self-defense, right? So
No.
when you say murder, that's not murder.
Self-defense is not murder.
Yeah. All right. Facts. Eye for an eye. All right. Silence is violence.
See something? Say something.
12. Hey, this is slave theory, y'all. Greed, add ego, incorporate fear, and you've become a slave.
Facts. Charity plus humility times love is the antidote. It's freedom.
Absolutely. We're a solution-based podcast, people. Power to the people, by the way. Do not, under any circumstances, no matter what these quote-unquote people are telling you, don't answer questions.
And to the same end, no matter who tells you or what they tell you, question everything.
Flesh. Self love. I remember you pledged. Boy, man, wasn't nothing easy for a king. Fear. Fear's an illusion, bro.
Facts. I know it to be facts. Man, vibrate love.
Forgiveness and charity. Those are the highest vibrations of that brother just spoke of.
So, do something charitable for an enemy and
Absolutely.
End the beef.
Absolutely. Go down there to your local police department, man, with a couple of dozen Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all,
Even
man.
4 dozen, you need to feed the pig. I mean, no, hold on.
Feed the pigs. Here's what I'm saying, man. I said it, he didn't. Here's what I'm saying. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but imagine if the guys start showing up every day with donuts for that. I mean, you try it. You know what I'm saying? What are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? They probably be smart not to eat it. Yeah. Give me the toilet paper. The donuts? No, I'm just joking. We'd never do that 12. But here we go, because that wouldn't be vibrating love, y'all. I'm on some real talk. All right, so here we go. All right. Self I had elders to tell me that healthy people heal thy people. So healthy people heal the people, bro.
Yeah, because hurt people will for sure hurt people. That's what they be on. That's their mission.
Yeah, they need you to feel what they feeling so you can get some understanding, get up in their shoes, and you know where they coming from. Free Larry Hoover.
Free Chief Malik.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison is slavery.
Y'all check that 13th Amendment. You check the 13th Amendment, you'll know what he's talking about. Prison is, in fact, slavery.
Especially these private prisons. 'Cause, man,
right.
They got a deal with the government to keep all their beds filled.
And they got you notice all the prisons, even some of the county jail stuff, they got the warden house on it. That's the big It's the big house, the master house. Yeah. You got everybody working, toiling in the fields. And, hey, Warden. How you doing there, Watt? Good day there, Watt. Good day, Watt. How's it going there? Well, I'll be in there like, fuck you, Warden.
You the devil, Warden.
Excuse me. I hope you die, Warden.
With a smile on my face. You the devil, Warden.
Oh, man. Y'all wow, man. Hey, I need y'all to be like St. Pedro. That's Spanish for Peter. So be like St. Pedro and get up top of that H2O, man, and start walking.
Facts, man. Same thing, bro. You just move mountains.
Move a mountain. How we supposed to accomplish that, G?
Hey, yo, the same way, bro. You keep your eye on Joshua and you know what it is. You got that faith.